Big Ten regular season games might carry a little bit more weight than SEC regular season games, and vice versa. If Texas goes and beats Ohio State, if LSU wins at Clemson, to use this year as an example, if Alabama wins at Florida State, then I'm like, okay, well, I think the SEC is pretty good. So a win at LSU, a win at Alabama, a win at Georgia is going to carry more weight than a win at Michigan.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Okay, there's going to be, if Alabama beats Florida State the way at one point Lance thought they were going to do, I don't know if he still does. But,
I still lean that way, yeah.
But if Alabama goes to Tallahassee and wins by 21 on the road, people are going to be like, Florida State's not that good. Alabama, because even I have done this year. I've blown through Florida State, blown through Wisconsin, thinking about the Georgia game. But let's say we get to the end of the year and Florida State ends up 9-3, 10-2. Yeah. Don't you take into hold that it'll move throughout the year?
It's a sliding scale.
Yeah, just like in basketball.
It's the only way you can do it. And, look, college football scheduling is so broken that actually could help or hurt a team like Alabama. It could help or hurt any team, but I'll use Alabama as an example. Like if Florida State's 5-5 and Wisconsin's, or Florida State's 6-5 or 7-5 and Wisconsin's 3-9, which is not crazy. Alabama's out of conference is good. Yeah. But that's not Alabama's fault. They schedule these when these programs are good.
One of the reasons the Big 12 will never get 2 in, because the Big 12 is going to beat up on itself, and they're never going to get credit for being good.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, these are a bunch of average teams. We'll take the automatic qualifier, and that's it.
Yeah, but what if, the ACC, Clemson, LSU, Florida State, Alabama.
They've got opportunities.
Yeah, and the Big 12 will have some opportunities as well. Not as many as it seems like high profile as the ACC does right now. But it gives you a chance to
because you quit going to the gym, it doesn't mean that you have to quit gym altogether. Dunaway, that is. With our Next Round podcasts open 24/7, 365, you can access gym anytime you'd like. While you may have done away with your treadmill routine, our version of Dunaway is standing by ready to get you back to your absolute best. Find all that lovely Jimmy D-led content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and in the podcast section of nextroundlive.com. This message is sponsored by Jimmy Crypto Inc. and Jimmy Crypto for President.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
It's the hardest Ryan Brown works all year.
What?
Today.
Why?
He will monitor the chat. He will read from the chat your 3 guarantees. It's Guarantee Friday on the show.
That's the hardest I work on here.
Well, can you imagine that? Our buddy Brian Pavlik has already texted me. He says, my 3 guarantees are in the chat already.
Okay, well, they are. I'm looking.
That is pre-9 a.m.
Yeah.
Pre-show start. That Pavlik's in there. By the way, Pavlik, one person last year that I have on the hit sheet right here, Brian Pavlik last year, SMU in college football playoff.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's one of the best ones.
That's pretty impressive. You are self-admitted that you were terrible at homework.
Yep.
So how were you on your 3 guarantees?
I feel okay about them.
Okay.
You don't even have them yet.
I do have them. I've got them in my head.
Lance is pulling back the curtain. He is saying before the show, he's saying, do me last. Well,
I did. Not everybody needs to go at the same time. You and Lance go first, and I'll go a little bit later to remind the audience of what we're doing.
Usually I do stuff like that, and you're like,
no, you never do stuff like that.
You're being a jerk, Jim.
No.
All right. So we're off and rolling. We're going to do news of the day in the first segment, as we always do. Because the SEC just drops. I hinted about it yesterday, but I didn't think they'd actually do it yesterday. But they drop a big one. We'll get to that coming up, and a reaction to the Giants all of a sudden being flush with great quarterback play there in New York, and a lot more to get to on the show today. We'll kick it off just telling you about the great folks at Inverness Country Club. They bring you part of the show today. Our friends at Inverness. I bumped into someone last night, my buddy Darty there, who was like, man, I see Lance, I see Brown out there. You need to get out on the golf course right now.
I ran into...
Then he pumped out the putting contest going on. My other buddy called me about a putting contest.
You got an invite, didn't you?
I did. I was like, I am not going to be Lance's sloppy seconds on your putting invite.
But I did run into Travis Grappo and his wife Sarah at dinner last night, and they had just gotten off the course at Inverness. I'm telling you, and these guys are from Oregon, originally Florida to Oregon, to now Alabama. They absolutely love the Inverness Country Club. Find your sense of community there. They've got memberships that fit everyone, from the social to the golf membership. They've got the pickleball now. Childcare is a massive plus. Whatever your interests are, you can find it at Inverness. Best days happen there. To take a tour of this unbelievable club, call Aaron. Very important. Tell her the next round hits you. 205-991-8608. That's 205-991-8608 or online, iccalabama.com.
All right. So a lot to get to on the show today, but we start with the biggest news that we hinted about this yesterday, because as soon as they got the strength of schedule metric right in the college football playoffs, Greg Sankey said they would never consider 9 until they got that right. Well, they got that right 2 days ago. We talked about it on the show yesterday. And then after the show yesterday, here comes the SEC. The presidents approve it. 9 SEC games. They will keep the metric where you have to have a Power 4 in there. And this will start next season. You'll have 3 permanent rivals, and then you'll rotate the other 6 on a rotating basis. Clean it up for me, Brown, here. I'm lost in the weeds. Is it every other year you'll play the other 6, or is it every 2 years? I know in the course of 4 you play everybody.
At least every 2 years you play everyone else in the conference.
That is right, yeah.
And then every 4 years you play a home and away against at least everyone else
that's
in
right.
the
So
conference.
you're going to play everybody, at least everybody, in a 2-year period.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily in a 2-year period going to go to every stadium. That's going to be in a 4-year period.
Yeah, in a 4-year period. And I don't mind this at all. The difficult, first of all, scheduling is difficult to begin with.
No doubt.
But just to clean up for me one more time here. 1 year I'll play 6 other teams. The next year I'll play the other 6 teams. And then we'll cycle back around in year 3 and 4.
You might play some of those 6 teams back-to-back years, possibly. I guess you couldn't.
No. It's going to be in a rotator.
Yeah,
so
but
the 3 permanent, the way I'd like to see it is we play 6 teams 1 year, the other 6 teams the next year, and then we rotate it back to the first 6 teams the next year on the flip on the home and the away. And then,
and that seems clean. And again, scheduling is really difficult. What I think is going to be fascinating is who your 3 permanent rivals are.
Well, we had a leak back in the day when we thought we were going to 9. Remember Ross Dellinger had a leak out that thought it. Our buddy Brooks, who we'll introduce you to, I think, next week, threw a graphic together. He and Forrester worked on this. And these are the leaked out projected 3 permanent rivals. And for Alabama, it was Auburn, LSU, and Tennessee. Obviously Auburn, Tennessee's got to be an auto there. LSU, the other rival. People were saying, man, Alabama's got it too tough. I just point out that LSU is television gold for ESPN.
Well, and
ABC.
I was going to say, and I know people will talk about the Mississippi State rivalry and how far back it goes, but to me, those are obviously Auburn and Tennessee, but that third for me is LSU.
It's got to be, right?
It's got to be.
Yeah,
It's gotta be.
you might not have said that 20 years ago.
It's a television product.
Yeah.
20 years ago, you might not have argued that hard for it, but after the last 20 years, I don't know how you can.
Yeah, you're going to walk in and tell ABC, ESPN that, listen, there may be a game that day better than Alabama LSU at some point, but there's not going to be 2.
No.
Not going to be 2. I'm going to want that in either my 2:30 or my 6:30 slot.
You mean the game ABC's already said we're showing in primetime?
Yeah, already.
Toe has not even met leather, and we
Yeah.
are showing that game in primetime? Yeah.
Now, for Auburn, the leaked matchup was Alabama-Georgia, obviously, in Vanderbilt.
I can't figure out a third. Vanderbilt doesn't seem like that third.
I agree with Lance. I saw our buddy Matt Smith, Southern Pigskin, suggest South Carolina.
I last night, speaking to some folks last night, I said, if you want to go traditional rivals, go Florida, because that used to be Amen Corner.
It did.
But
But can Florida do that? Because they've got to have Georgia and Tennessee.
That's right.
Well, not according to Ross here.
So we can go back up to the leaked Ross Dellinger, and these are not official. I'll say that again. Florida's graphic there shows Georgia, Oklahoma, South Carolina.
Yeah,
and see, that's the problem when you start
Yep.
having to pair them out there. Not everybody gets who I think they deserve. Like, to me, Florida, Tennessee needs to be there.
Well, Florida, Tennessee is more of a rival than Georgia, or than Florida, South Carolina, or Tennessee, South Carolina. To me, it's not even close.
Right.
I would agree.
Yeah, your problem goes to Tennessee.
But they've got South Carolina
but
too.
Hang on. But they're going to keep Alabama, right?
You're right.
You got to keep Vandy, as crap a game as that is. It's an in-state game. Kentucky is a traditional rival of theirs, and that is I mean,
I get it. Kentucky's bigger than South. I'm just. Where did he come up with South Carolina?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, South Carolina's got to have somebody.
You got to have somebody.
Yeah. I mean, see, to me, Alabama that's a given. And then Texas is a given. They get all three of their rivals back.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy one.
Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and Arkansas.
Yeah.
Right? And then Oklahoma, where you get Texas. Missouri is an old school Big 8.
I get those two.
Right.
I don't get the third though.
And then you're piecing it all together at that point. Missouri's, Arkansas, Oklahoma. Okay, so really you work at 2 and you sort of make the third one fit, right? I mean, Georgia's, Auburn, Florida, until it doesn't, exactly. Like LSU gets all their rivals. I mean, Ole Miss was their biggest. Alabama is their next biggest, and then Texas A&M is an old school geographical. That works really good.
I hate to say here's the problem, but I guess the problem is these teams that have been in the SEC for so long. I mean, you've got so many rivalries.
Yeah, you do. Part of it's made for TV, and then if I remember the reporting, and Brown, you and LT are good at remembering more than I am, when this leaked out back in the day when we thought we were going to go to 9, wasn't these permanent 3 paired both on traditional rivals and then also on like a 20-year snapshot? So if you're doing like a 20-year snapshot of Auburn's 2 permanents in Alabama and Georgia, you could understand why you would slide Vandy in there. Now, I point out, as I did last night to an audience, that currently, I mean, as we disparage Vandy here, they're right now on a 1-game win streak versus both Alabama and Auburn.
That is true.
But they sort of slide Vandy in there historically because, look, you got Alabama and Georgia. If you're just going 20-year snapshot, you having Alabama, Georgia, that's pretty tough pill to swallow if you're Auburn, right? I mean, and for me, I'd want to slide Florida in there. That may be a hill too far for Auburn fans.
Yeah, that would be a lot if you had Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, where we think Florida's heading.
But if I'm Alabama, I'm like, well, we've got Auburn, LSU, and Tennessee. How's that any different than what we've got?
No, but I think if you're Alabama, at least you're like,
we're Alabama.
Sense.
Yeah, we're Alabama, and we win 10 games every single year, and Auburn's in a funk right now.
And that's the thing. If you're complaining about how difficult it is, that's on you, not on me.
Right.
You're in the SEC. Be better. I mean, and I know that is like, try telling Kentucky and Vandy, be better, but you're in the SEC, be better. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. If you want to bellyache about how tough your schedule is, you're in the SEC. You're not in the ACC. You go to the ACC, your 3 opponents might be easier, but you're in the Southeastern Conference. I mean, there's no way to make it where it's not going to be difficult.
Okay, mark this on your little notepad, Forrester, for post-show cuts at 9, 10, 30 seconds. Follow me here. Help me out, Brandon.
Okay.
You're always good at cleaning up my thoughts and making it better for the social media folks.
I'm going to repackage it and make it my own.
I really believe that when we look at the screen there, it can be unbalanced. But when you add the other 6 that are not your permanent on there, it balances the schedule out. So if it looks like you caught a break with your permanent rivals, that just means the 6 that's adding on to the permanents are going to be tough as heck.
Right. So like Alabama's 3 permanents are really tough, but when you throw on the Mississippi States and the Kentuckys and the Vanderbilts.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it balances out there.
Yeah.
So it looks like a disadvantage for Alabama on the permanents, but then their 6 is going to be a lot easier than, say, Mississippi State's or, Florida's, whoever you think has an advantage on that permanent list over Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know how all the mechanics on this are going to work either. I haven't had a chance to put pen to paper, and I know there are probably an army of people in the SEC office that have done this already, trying to map this out. How much fluidity is there going to be year to year? I guess it's going to be set pretty far in advance, isn't it? Like if I'm playing every team.
You have to.
Every 2 years, and then if I'm having to go home and home every 4 years, at least my opponents, maybe not the order of my opponents, but my opponents and my destination, we're going to know pretty far in advance on those, aren't we?
A decade.
We're not going
to revisit realigning these for a decade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're going to go. We're going to cycle through it 5 times.
I would think it's probably 8 years if you're doing the every opponent home and away over 4 years. So you probably map that out over 8.
Yeah. So there's not going to be a ton of fluidity in this. You're going to know, if you're an Alabama fan or an Auburn fan or a Tennessee fan, who your upcoming opponents are for a very long time in advance. It's not going to be like schedule drops in May, and holy crap, we call it a tough schedule this year. I mean, you're going to know it.
I know you've still got to play a Power 4 or Notre Dame, but do you think some of these home and homes that have been scheduled way out, some of these get canceled now?
I hope not, but if not, Alabama's over through the mid-2030s is brutal.
Yeah,
brutal.
Because when you let's just go with those three, and then Brown, I don't know if you can pull Alabama through the 30s.
He can.
Yeah, but what those additional games would be? I mean, you're talking about maybe 5 games against top 10 opponents.
Just start 2027. You're on the road at Ohio State.
Yes, you are.
And you play West Virginia, and then 9 conference games.
So imagine on the road against Ohio State, you've got Auburn, LSU, and Tennessee.
Yep.
And West Virginia, and then you could grab Georgia. You're gonna probably grab a Georgia, a Florida, an Oklahoma, a Texas. I mean, you're gonna probably get 2 or 3 of those.
Okay, here's how I divided it up. A typical Alabama schedule. This is the way I would do it: Auburn, Tennessee, LSU, permanent. 1 year it's Oklahoma. Another year it's Texas. I divided those 2 up. All right. So 1 year you'd have Oklahoma on your schedule. The other year you'd have Texas. Let me
write these down.
Okay.
So that's
are you going to split up rivals like Mississippi State 1 year, Ole Miss the other?
I'm going to go Texas.
I sort of paired where I think the programs are now. Not that Texas and Oklahoma are on the same level, but
so this is for Alabama. You're doing this, right?
Alabama. Okay. Auburn, Tennessee, LSU. And then one cycle they would have also Oklahoma, Georgia, A&M, Mississippi State, Missouri, and Arkansas.
Oklahoma, Georgia,
A&M, Mississippi State, Missouri, Arkansas.
And what's the other cycle?
The other cycle would be Auburn, Tennessee, LSU, Texas, Ole Miss,
all right,
Florida,
all right,
South Carolina, Kentucky, and Vandy.
All right. So
and by the way, as you do this, Brown, going into this year, I said the days of undefeated teams, especially in the SEC, are over. They're for sure over once you start 2026. I mean, there's no way you can navigate a 9-game schedule with how competitive and how balanced everything is right now, especially in the SEC. You can't do it.
Now, I did that in real time, Brownie.
Undefeated.
Just riding down the road, actually. I was in a rainstorm yesterday afternoon and stopped in traffic, so I was banging that out, trying to make it fairly balanced. But what did you think of that schedule there as far as doing fair and balanced?
So let's do
we're on Fox News.
Let's do 2026 here.
Okay.
Alabama is at West Virginia. Let's move to 2027. West Virginia and at Ohio State. Just going at and homes based on what they do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give them 5 home games. That's, by the way, another issue here. Somebody's going to
5 and 4.
Somebody's going to start this playing 5 road games and 4 home games.
Except for Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly.
And Florida and Georgia.
So just let's go with that Texas one you did. So Alabama's home schedule would be West Virginia, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Vandy, Auburn, LSU. Their road schedule would be Ohio State, Texas, Florida, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous schedule.
And thank God for Mercer.
Well, I hate to say this, but maybe this is the reason, and again, I think it's a mistake, when the Big Ten was talking about expanding to 28 teams in the college football playoff, because when you look at these schedules, you're going to get a lot of 8 and 4s. Yeah. I mean, you just are.
Now, they only go to this. They make the announcement yesterday only if they're assured that the playoffs is going to 16 teams. Yeah. You don't sign up for this sticking at 12.
No. This was all right, we got our way. Now, Big Ten, you get your way. Now, let's go.
We've got the strength of schedule metric in there.
That's us. Big Ten, here's your gift.
Here's your 9 games.
That's right.
And now let's go 5 plus 11. We'll do all the
automatic
bid.
Projecting, and I guarantee this will be some people's guarantees today, that we will have a 3-loss at large that gets in.
Yeah, a lot of them next year.
And I think this will allow for the occasional 4-loss if you play an absolutely brutal, 10 of your opponents are top 25 opponents, and you end up going 6 and 4 against those opponents. You can still sneak in at 8 and 4.
Hey, but I'm not going to throw any shade at Ohio State or Michigan, because those 2 big brands continue to schedule really good SEC games.
Yeah, and they play 9 games in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Now, I don't think it's equal down at the bottom of the Big Ten, but they play 9 games, and they're scheduling, Alabama's on Ohio State's future schedule. They just came off with Texas.
Let's look at their future schedule real quick.
Yeah, and as you do that, the only Power 4 now that will not play 9 games is the ACC. For
That's
whatever that
changing.
matters. Jim Phillips has said we're going to evaluate.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to have to.
Ohio State's may not be. Wow, the year they play Alabama, they also play Bowling Green in New Hampshire.
But they're playing Alabama.
Yeah, hat tip, I guess, New Hampshire to
Yeah.
Ryan Day.
Yeah, but I mean, they're playing Alabama. That's
Yeah,
my
and then the
point.
year they're at Alabama, they're playing Buffalo and Northern Illinois. They're not doing what a lot of the SEC is doing. They're not doing the two.
Well, I don't think everyone's doing what Alabama's doing.
A lot of the SEC teams are. Well, I mean, give me one. Give me
Well, I
an
mean,
SEC
Georgia's
team.
doing it because they got Georgia Tech.
Well, I mean,
I'm not sure.
they almost lost that game last year.
Well, I mean,
I'm not
Texas is doing it.
I'm
right?
not sure when Georgia signed on for some of these, they thought Georgia Tech was ever going to be this good again.
Well, I mean,
I think LSU's been doing it. I think most of the big brands do
in
it.
2030, Georgia plays Clemson, Ohio State, and Georgia Tech. I mean, that's going to be a brutal schedule.
yeah. And 9 conference games.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Texas. Let me do Texas real quick.
Because Georgia signed on like 10 games with Clemson, it feels like.
Yeah, they did a big long deal with them.
Yeah, while you're pulling that up, let's do a couple of sponsors.
Okay, go ahead.
Here. Friends at Dr. B, under LT's hat there, you get this unbelievable hair, trying to make it work over there with Brown's hair as well.
Ryan.
Trying hard.
Dr. B, best in the business for more than 20 years. Dr. Beckenstein has helped men and women with a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. For more information, t3hair.net. You can also call 205-319-0316. There are over 10 categories of agents they use, knowing they will work for you. They'll custom compound these agents for you in pill or topical forms. This new test, it's easy, painless, affordable, takes seconds to perform. Stop wasting your money, critical time while you're losing your hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Go see Dr. B and that great staff. Find out what will work for you. 205-319-0316. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, you can always go online, t3hair.net.
And our friends at Bojangles, where it's bow time.
That is right. You can enjoy a little Bojangles for lunch today. Those hand-breaded chicken tenders pair great with those great sauces at Bojangles, and you can enjoy both of them right now at your local Bojangles. For sweet, try honey mustard. For tang, try barbecue. For heat, try creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. If you're craving smooth and creamy house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, classic Bo sauce ready and waiting, head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. And don't forget them when it comes tailgate time for high school and college football, and also those watch parties at your house for college football weekends. Make it Bo time.
All right. So, Brownie, you were looking up
Texas
futures.
isn't great. Yeah. Texas only plays one. They've got Notre Dame, a series of Notre Dame coming up. They've wrapping up that Michigan series. But other than that, they don't play a real good one. I'm trying to find another SEC school that does.
I think that's what I was telling
LSU.
you guys. Alabama was out. They lit a fire under their scheduling. Greg
Yeah.
Byrne wanting to make it worth packing 100,000 into Bryant Denny.
LSU doesn't do it. Georgia doesn't. I mentioned Georgia. Let's see Florida. I think they've got Florida State, so that's going to help them, obviously. They start a series with Colorado and Arizona State coming up in a couple of years and still play Florida State.
Yeah.
But they got Notre Dame. Hey, we'll have 2031, Arizona State at Notre Dame and Florida State. That's a good schedule right there for Florida.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there'll be some.
Alabama's on a hill, though, right now, man. They're the beacon on the hill. I mean, their schedule moving forward, unless they start dropping games, and
that'll happen.
You think so?
Oh, I don't. Not necessarily to Alabama, but it'll happen to some schools. Like I gave you. Let me go back to Georgia's real quick because you tell me which one gets dropped here because one has to now.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Hang on. Listen, hear me out on this one, Jimmy. Let me go back to Georgia real quick. In 2030, Georgia plays Clemson, North Carolina A&T, Ohio State, and Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Which one gets dropped?
North Carolina A&T.
You think that's what Georgia will drop there?
Yeah.
You think they'll pay the buyout?
Yeah.
It'll be a nice check for North
I
Carolina
mean,
A&T.
if you get to a point where with 4 losses you can get in, yeah, probably.
Yeah. So you play Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia Tech in a 9-game conference schedule.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, boy, that is a brutal schedule.
Yeah. I mean, why not, though?
I mean, you guys will agree 3 losses get you in now, right?
In a 16 team.
With
yeah.
that schedule,
Yeah, with that
schedule that he just read about Georgia, I put them on top of the list of the 3-loss teams. And if they have 4 losses, it's the top of the list of the 4 losses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about the 1983 Auburn schedule and how brutal it was at the end and how they navigated it.
It's why I've always said, Brownie, that team, they got jumped anyway, but they deserve to be the national champions.
We often reference the 1986 Alabama schedule, whose out of conference was Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Penn State. I mean, that's ridiculous. But those are the schedules we used to get, and we're going to get back to that. I mean, that was a blast when I was growing up. It felt like Alabama and Auburn played a big team. They had that one bye week.
Yeah. And
So that was Southern Miss, who, by the way, for you youngs, that was a losable game.
Yeah, and I will tell you that there was only in the 70s when Alabama played those type schedules, there was only you could be on TV twice. I mean, you'd have games that were like unbelievable games. Not on TV.
Yeah, I know. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, at least all these. There's a reason why all these are happening, and more money from ABC, ESPN for the SEC.
When should we have the?
I love it.
When should we have the 3 permanent opponents?
Soon.
I think they probably already know, right? They just
Yeah,
have to figure out the
yeah,
schedule.
I would imagine the first cycle of schedule was shown to the presidents as they voted on it.
Well, and that's the thing. If the SEC doesn't announce it soon, enough people have seen it that it will start leaking out. Like, once the school president sees it, somebody in the school president's office has seen it, so they call the local beat writer who now has it, and it's going to be everywhere. So it'll either, Lance, start trickling out a little by little, or the SEC will just say, let's just go ahead and announce it before it trickles out. Let's control the narrative here.
Let's go ahead and get that show lined up, ready to go with the 3 permanents.
I mean, I would watch it.
Yeah.
If we unveiled the 3 permanents now, that's hard to do because as you start unveiling them, you start filling out the future. Like, once you get about 5 in, you figure out who everybody's permanents are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'd watch the show.
I would too. Did we do a show already like that with the 3 permanents?
No, they did a show,
with
just schedule releases.
Yeah, with the schedule releases. All right. One more thing to get to in this opening segment. Auburn lands a big recruit. Right after, Brownie tells us about our friends at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys.
Yeah, Alexander Shannara is a Birmingham guy, and he wanted to take care of the Birmingham community and everything you might face. He wanted to create a firm that could handle any issue that the Birmingham people faced, and because he's headquartered in Birmingham for more than 24 years, he still does that every day. His firm has grown to more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members, and they've recovered more than $2 billion. They handle not just personal injury claims now, but also claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, and a host of other claims. When you find yourself in need of attorneys, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
Okay, so Auburn's recruiting about a month ago,
right?
On the rocks. Everyone worried, right? Not so bad anymore. Continues to get better. Yesterday, Braylon Womack picks Auburn. 5-star safety, considered to be the best safety in the cycle coming up in 2026. He makes the commitment. He's from over in small town Mississippi. He can play, according to Hoke, Auburn Live, he can play safety, nickel, and corner. He's a do-it-all guy. And he has picked Auburn over Ohio State, Florida, and Texas A&M. Some money schools there. And he's going to be part of the Auburn defense when he signs coming up here in December. Big get for Hugh.
Yeah,
Freeze
big
here.
get. And a lot of people believe Florida was going to be the destination because Vinny Cincinnati, who was at Washington, Alabama fans will remember that name. He gets a job at Florida, and he was the lead recruiter on this kid, and a lot of people thought that he was going to go to Gainesville. But, yeah, as you said, big get for Hugh Freeze and Auburn.
So what is the natural question?
Where is Auburn in recruiting rankings now, Brownie?
The Auburn Tigers are fighting back up the rankings, number 22, according to On3/Rivals. Number 22. Now, they were in the 80s, not too terribly long ago.
That's right.
Yeah, but they are number 22 right now.
It's alive.
It is alive, which now, again, as we often point out, I'm going to go SEC. We often point out where being number 22 puts you in the SEC, and there's still a long way to go here, but that would put Auburn at number 11.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the neighborhood you've bought a house in, so you got to keep up there.
Yeah. But moving in a good direction there for Hugh Freeze and Auburn. Big get for them yesterday. Shout out to Adam, who is listens and watches our show. He is at Eastlake today for round 2 of the Tour Championship. And he's got the gear on. He's got the next round hat on out on the golf course. He has sent us a picture on social media. We always love the pictures you drop to us at Next Round Live. We love to feature those in the commercial breaks. One of my favorite things we did when we started this 5 years ago now was that you guys bought the gear, nextround.store, and then you sent pictures in the commercial breaks for us using commercial breaks very early on. And there is Adam today over at Eastlake in Atlanta supporting the hat. Big Auburn fan.
Guys, Browns played it, right? Have you played it?
I've played
No,
Eastlake
no.
twice, yeah.
I've only played one round of golf in the state of Georgia ever, and it was not at any of the good ones. Where were we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was that when Burger King gave you the shits?
Yes.
I regretted that choice all day.
It was on the banks of Lake Lanier, right?
It's called, I'm trying to remember the name of the course, but yeah, it's on Lake Lanier.
Yeah. So I should have
Cannot remember the name of the course.
I should have just jumped in the lake with all the other dead bodies. I'd have felt
Is that
better.
the haunted lake?
Yeah.
That's yeah. All right, that's our opening segment. When we come back, a tradition unlike any other. We do Guarantee Friday, 3 guarantees. Bold predictions, we like them bold. We try to get them right, but we like them bold. So bold predictions coming up. LT and I will give you ours to start with. Brownie or Forrester will go in the 10 o'clock hour. The other one will go in the 11 o'clock hour. Tyler, you have opted out. I need you to say on the microphone you are opting out. You do not want to do sports guarantees.
I do not have any.
Okay, he is opting out. So it's not Jim shunning Tyler. It is an opt-out. He is opted out. Everyone else's 3 guarantees and yours, how can you get them to us? You can do it in the chat room. As you watch us on YouTube or any of our video platforms there. You can do it on Twitter at Next Round Live. We'd love to see them there. Or you can call us up. If only I had the phone number, Brownie. What's our phone number?
205-734-0923. 205-734-0923.
So any of that works. And Brownie, since you have that phone number, why don't you tell us about our great friends at A Plus gets us rolling this morning into our Guarantee Friday.
Yeah, that's our guy Brad Bell. When it came time to redo the master bath in the Brown house, my wife Jennifer jumped on that internet, scoured that puppy, looking for the best person for the job. And in doing that, she talked to a lot of people that had used certain contractors. She talked to contractors, read a bunch of reviews, and Brad Bell was the name that just kept coming back. So Brad, he came out and he looked at our job and he's like, here's what's your vision? We gave him our vision. He said, that's what I'll do. And boy, did he. We love it. You could see more before and afters, AlabamaBathRemodels.com, AlabamaBathRemodels.com, or call 205-422-1758. 205-422-1758. That is Brad Bell. Or see more online, AlabamaBathRemodels.com. What he specializes in, master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closets. It's not all he does, but it is his specialty. It's the rooms you're going to enjoy, and you're going to make your money back when you go to sell that. And you can just see everything you need. AlabamaBathRemodels.com. AlabamaBathRemodels.com. Your 3 guarantees are next.
Call the Next Round now at 205-734-0923.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to shannara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Hey friends, if you're looking to expand your business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us at sales@nextroundlive.com to be part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential consumers on our ever-expanding platform. Let the Next Round help take your business to the next level. Get more information by emailing us at sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level with the Next Round. Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, Trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Excitement awaits at Barber Motorsports Park for the UAB Medicine GT World Alabama Benefiting Teal Wings of Hope, September 5th through 7th. Witness some of the most iconic sports cars like Lamborghini, McLaren, and Ferrari battle it out on the track. Enjoy the beer gardens, food trucks, kids zone, garage, and more. The UAB Medicine GT World Alabama. Kids 15 and under get in free. Get your tickets today.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
The World Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
All right, Guaranteed Friday rolls on. I got a guarantee for you. I can guarantee you that you will not find a nicer roofing guy than my buddy Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing. And he's even got financing available now, just in case you get into a situation that you can't even pay your deductible. You got storm damage, you can't pay the deductible, or you need a roof replacement. You don't have the money now. He's got 60 and 72-month financing available. Get all the details from Greg from Pell City there. When you call him up, 205-542-3531. Basically what I'm telling you, that Greg can make it work for you, either pricing-wise, working with your insurance provider. He's been working with most of these same agents for over 20 years, or through financing. He can make it work for you. You don't have to worry about more damage to your home, your huge investment, because you can't afford something to be repaired on your roof. Greg will make it work for you. 205-542-3531, 205-542-3531, or stormrestorationroofing.com. Don't let that thing go unrepaired or uninspected just because you're worried about money there. He can make it work. Make it work. Give him a call. He'll get on the roof and give you a free, no-cost, no-obligation inspection. He handles roofing replacement, storm damage. He's even got his builder's license, so he can do some restoration and repairs for you. And as I said, the insurance agents absolutely love the guy. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, or call him up, 205-542-3531, stormrestorationroofing.com. Let's go Brett, New Mexico, on the phone first, and we'll get his 3 guarantees, and then we'll work you in as you get into the chat or online. Brett, good morning to you. Welcome to Guarantee Friday.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Great. You good?
We're doing great. I'm going to tell you, you made my good list. Notre Dame host a playoff game was a Brett prediction last year.
Okay.
And they did do that. Congratulations, Brett. You got one right last year.
Hey, blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, Jim.
Yep. I will not mention your other 2, but you got one right last year.
One
yeah,
nut.
I know. So I got a comment from about yesterday. I'm going to help you with Alabama's future schedule, just hypothetically, Jim, and I got my bold predictions.
Okay.
Yes, LT, I would love the clam-baked bath shower doohickey at a truck stop, but my ass ain't getting out after 15 minutes.
How long are you going to be in it?
Clam bake.
Depending on my day, I would be in there probably 30 minutes. But I'm like you when it comes to a shower. I learned as a kid and in the Army reinforcement. I get in and I get out. If I spend more than 10 minutes in the shower right now, I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
All right.
As
long as you get clean.
I'm
yeah.
This morning was a quick shower for me, and I think it was 15 minutes.
Man.
Yeah. So you were talking about trying to figure out the schedule, and this is all hypothetical. They've already had everybody's schedule for 26 and 27 pretty much laid out before this came down yesterday. So we're just going to use Alabama because it's the only one I've gotten. I'm totally mad. But so you take Auburn and Tennessee and LSU if LSU stays as one of our three.
Yep.
You've got 7 teams that we have not played since the expansion, and that's Texas, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Florida. So they've already put 5 of them on the 26 and 27 schedule. So now you just got to figure out which one of the other 2 you're going to add to Alabama's schedule. So, just hypothetically, it'd be Texas, Texas A&M, Mississippi, Mississippi State, Arkansas, and Florida.
Wow. That's
and
interesting. That's a great point. That's a great point. If they do it that way, if they don't just say, here's what we're going to do, but if they do it the way you're talking, what's already been released, that's an interesting schedule.
Yeah, because like I said, everybody has 7 teams they haven't played after this year. So, and they've already they probably already had this, like I said, they probably already had the schedules made. So they just got to take one team, add Florida to Alabama's schedule. So that takes care of Alabama and Florida getting their 9th game scheduled and just go through the process with everybody else.
Yeah.
Now, if LSU says, no, we don't want Alabama as a permanent rival, I would love to get Alabama's oldest rival back on the schedule every year, and that's Mississippi State.
Yeah, I bet you would. I like how you call that Alabama's oldest rival like that. I know you just want to play state.
No,
well, yeah.
Yes, but you guys go on the road. Jim, you've gone over there. That's a 90-mile drive.
Oh yeah. No. It's a fun place. I love going to Starkville. I love it.
But
I've only been through there once in a truck, and I've always wanted to stop, but I never can.
Oh, there's no reason for you to go through there in the truck. Come on. Keep the trucks off the road. But just real quickly, am I the only one hearing? Is that on Brett's phone or is that our phone?
No, I think Brett's getting blown up.
Yeah, somebody trying to call you.
That's our phone.
That's our phone. Yeah.
I don't hear nothing on my. I don't hear anything on my end.
We've been getting another call. I assume someone else wants to give their guarantee.
Gotcha. That's what that is.
I can't
We're working through a new phone system, so apparently we have a call waiting tone.
And you've also got a Gen Z running the landline.
One last thing, then I'll do my bold predictions. Jeff from Aniston, loved to hear your voice yesterday, brother. I'm glad that you're all right, and I'm glad you're listening. All right. Florida, number 1. Here we go, Jim. Write this down.
I'm writing
Florida.
Okay.
Florida makes the playoffs.
Hey. More coming up on that later.
Okay, here we go. Number 2. Oh, is that Brett? Brett only give us 1?
Okay. I'm here. I don't want to go to the well too often, so I'm not going to say anything about Ohio State.
Okay.
Clemson does not win the ACC.
Ooh, wow, that's upset.
That's bold.
Yeah.
And one of 3 teams have won the national championship: Georgia, Alabama, or Texas.
Okay. Right. SEC national champion. Thank you, Brett. Be careful.
Thank you very much.
See you. Bye.
More phone calls in a second, and we'll get to the chat room and stuff. LT's going to unveil his 3 guarantees right after we tell you about one of LT's guaranteed good time places. That's our friends at Odie's.
Odie's Tavern, great place to watch a little preseason football tonight, to watch Farmageddon in the morning from Ireland, 11 o'clock kick. Iowa State, Kansas State, get into Odie's. Enjoy the incredible food from Rodney Davis, doing it almost 4 decades now. The award-winning wings, great burgers, fantastic sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets, full of the Bud Light. Get in and see Will Haver and that great staff. 2 locations, the original Crestline, newest location in Edgewood, Birmingham Institution. It's Odie's Tavern.
All right, LT, 3 guarantees. Just to recap last year.
Oh, you've got mine.
Yeah. in-season firing of Pittman and
Didn't
Petrino
happen.
takes over.
Did not happen.
I remember that one. That was going to be exciting. No, it didn't.
Yeah. I think I would have bet that Pittman didn't survive the year, let alone in season, but he's still here, amazingly. You thought the Group of 5 representative would come from the American. You said either Tulane or USF. I think the American has a problem, is that their conference is too good for them to be the G5 representative. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's almost like the Big 12 you're talking about, because they beat up on each other and everything is so balanced. And with 3 losses, absolutely impossible to get that bid.
Just think about last year. Army, Navy were good. Tulane was good. Memphis wasn't bad. USF wasn't bad. I mean, that league...
It beats up on itself too much.
That league may be too good to get
I
a
stayed
Group of 5
away.
team.
The Group 5 is so difficult to select. It's almost like the Heisman, so I stayed away from that this year because I did it 2 years ago too, swing and a miss.
And then nobody was picking this one when you picked it last year. And going into that week, well, actually going before they went to Auburn, this was looking like it could happen. Texas A&M beat Texas in that first game.
Oh, yeah.
And until they lost at Auburn, that was all of a sudden becoming a realistic looking pick.
Absolutely horrendous offensive performance from Texas A&M that night.
To say the least, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. These are all going to be, I think, somewhat bold.
Okay.
First guarantee, not Julian Sayin, not Dante Moore, not Drew Aller. Fernando Mendoza will be your all Big Ten quarterback at the end of the season for Indiana. I think he will throw for around 4,000 yards. He's going to be a massive upgrade from Curtis Rourke, who was the 4th overall leading passer in the Big Ten last year. 2 top weapons coming back at Indiana. I think Mendoza puts up big numbers. I'm going to stick with it.
Wow,
I think he's going to be one of the top draft picks next year.
You're in on Indiana,
He
too.
does. And Mendoza. You've
falling off.
always liked Mendoza. Yeah.
Number 2, speaking of Tulane, Mekhi Hughes transfers over. Oregon loses Jordan James. I think Mekhi Hughes will lead. Birmingham native, by the way, will lead the nation in rushing. Was 10th last year. Nobody's going to come close to what Ashton Genty did. I mean, number 2 from his 2,600 yards was Scadaboo at Arizona State, 900 yards behind him. But I think Mekhi Hughes will creep up on 1,900 yards, and I think he leads the nation in rushing.
Wow.
And then number 3, number 1 Texas loses not 1, not 2, but 3 regular season games. And I think it is a controversial at-large ad, but I think they get in with a 9-3 record.
3 losses.
They add the Manning name.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mendoza, first team Big Ten all quarterback. Mekhi Hughes leads the nation in rushing at Oregon, and Texas loses 3 games, but still gets in.
Well, those are all really, really bold. And still in the playoffs. I need to write that. Still in.
Now, do you think Texas goes into the Oklahoma game with 2 losses? Do you think that's loss number 3 for them?
No, I think they lose at Georgia.
Okay.
So I would go Ohio State, and I don't feel great about the Ohio State, but I would go Ohio State, Florida, Georgia.
Okay, let's go to the phones. Jeremy is next with us. Let me see, before you punch Jeremy up, let's see if I can get these phone numbers right. 205-734-0923?
That is right, Jim.
Yeah, all
yes.
right. Jeremy is next with us. Hey, Jeremy, how are you? Yo, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what are your 3 guarantees this year, Jeremy?
My 3 guarantees this year is that I think, and this is hard, but I have to go with Oregon winning the Big Ten this year.
Okay. Won it last year. Yeah.
Like it.
My second one is Miami will win the ACC this year.
We're 2 calls in, and Clemson has lost twice now in the ACC championship. All right.
All right.
My third one is.
Hold on, Jeremy. You're breaking up a little bit. Bear with us. Hit me again, Jeremy. Give it to me.
Yep, we're only going to have 2 of Jeremy's 3, unfortunately.
Jeremy, circle back around when you're at a better cell phone, man. I appreciate that.
Florida.
Meanwhile, more calls coming in.
Miami winning the ACC.
Did that happen one time at Jocks too? That we had the call waiting.
Yeah, I think we did.
I remember one day.
We're like, what's going on here?
And that's when we, in a commercial break, we had a legendary radio engineer named Frank, and
the great Frank Giardina. He's been doing it forever.
And instantly we went, Frank!
Yeah. What do they want now?
Say Bear, get Frank.
That was probably Frank's reaction. Was what do they want now?
Oh, I hate those guys.
He was sitting on Blaze's desk gossiping.
Is that Jeremy? You got
Bitching
Jeremy
about
back.
everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jeremy's back with his third. Jeremy, go ahead. What's your third?
Jeremy? I don't think it's meant to be, Jim.
Jeremy, what's your third, buddy?
Okay, go, Jeremy.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. My first was Oregon win the
Got him.
big.
Oh, I got your first two.
just go
Just give me
number
your three
three.
before you lose you.
Okay. Jackson Arnold, first team All SEC quarterback for Hugh Freeze.
All right. Thank you,
All right.
Jeremy.
Well,
That's
thank
a
you very
bold one
much.
right there. Jackson Arnold, first team
Yeah,
QB.
I would agree with that. Hey, by the way, and Jackson Arnold was not on that list. I don't know if you guys
Wait,
went
you
through
would
the.
agree that Arnold's going to be first team All SEC?
No, I said bold. He said
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
think that's very
that
bold.
is a bold, yeah.
So I went through the list of the top 100 players. There was 5 different ESPN writers that actually compiled this. Jackson Arnold not in the top 100.
Okay.
But
I don't think he would deserve to be.
my man Fernando Mendoza.
Also not.
Yeah,
Sleeping
Diego
on him.
Pavia in the top 100, and Fernando Mendoza's not.
Whoa.
It's a media machine.
May I please call a quick time out here? Who
it's a
did
media-
this?
5 ESPN writers.
And they
like
had-
Bill Connolly, David Hale.
In
those
the
kind of
top 100 players in America,
Yeah.
they had Diego Pavia.
Yeah.
That
Yes, they did.
is absurd.
I agree.
Diego Pavia?
Diego
among the top
Pavia.
100 players in
I mean,
America?
The year he had last year, if you'd have said at the end of the year who had the top 100 impact players, I'd have put him on there. But
Yeah,
with you guys, I think he comes back to earth this year. No way you
Well,
can let
I mean,
him
but
dominate
even
again.
but even based on last year, if I might, he finished 12th in the league in passing. He's a quarterback, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Diego Pavia, does he play quarterback?
But he's a baller, Brown.
12th in the SEC
Yeah.
in passing. How was he a top 100 player in America?
Yeah, look, and Ty Simpson, sight unseen, I would put Ty Simpson definitely in front of. There is no way Diego Pavia could start for Alabama.
I don't think so either. I'll give you my 3 guarantees, and then we'll get to more of yours after I tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. There for your health, guys. Prostate health, kidney stones, everything in between. They have you covered. 16 locations. Find the one near you. 205-930-0920 or urologycentersalabama.com. Over 70 years now. That's a long time. Over 70 years, UCA has been providing the state of Alabama with urological care that is centered around integrity and compassion. 70 years they've been doing it. That's why I use urologycentersalabama.com. They have a proven track record. Find out more details and find a location near you and make an appointment. urologycentersalabama.com or 205-930-0920. Okay, here are mine. 5 SEC teams make the college football playoffs, 3 from the Big Ten, then Notre Dame, 1 ACC, 1 Big 12, 1 Group of 5.
Okay. So 5 SEC teams
5
is really
SEC,
the big prediction there.
3 Big Ten,
Yeah.
a Notre Dame, and then 1 from the ACC, Big 12, and the Group of 5.
All right.
This is the boldest one I've ever done.
Oh, wow.
Alabama and Auburn play twice this year.
That's bold.
Is the second one in Atlanta?
Second one's in the college football playoffs.
Is it, in your mind, a home game for Alabama and or Auburn?
It's a home game for Alabama.
So we could have...
Would that be a tough ticket?
Be a tough ticket.
I think. So we could have an Iron Bowl in Auburn and a rematch in Tuscaloosa in your mind.
Iron Bowl in Auburn. Then Bama goes and plays an extra game in Atlanta.
Yeah, I got to wrap my head around this.
Loses that, goes
Okay.
to...
plays at home. Yeah.
Obviously, this is a possibility, but how do we feel about this?
It's bold. It's bold.
It's
no,
bold,
I mean, no,
yeah.
it's bold, but I'm talking about like, it's almost one of those like, people go in shock with different things. I think we would all be in shock if that actually happened in the postseason.
I
it just wouldn't seem, it would be so surreal.
Yeah, and I say this from both the Alabama and Auburn perspective. I just want the one game. Like, the Iron Bowl is the Iron Bowl. Everybody's like, oh, could you imagine if they met in the national championship game? I don't know that I want that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe if I watch it, I'd feel differently.
I don't know, man. There was something about, you guys remember this in the Final Four when Duke and Carolina played.
Well, I mean, part of that was it
unbelievable.
was,
I thought it was weird, though.
I did too.
Yeah, there was
And
just something about it. Like,
But, it was also, you had the sideshow of the fact that the next loss was Coach K's last game. So
Yeah.
you knew that was going to be the last time he faced North Carolina, and it turned out to be the last time he ever coached.
That wasn't on campus, though. That was at the Dome.
That was in the
Yeah.
Superdome,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Auburn's the 5th SEC team that makes the playoffs. They sneak in there.
Okay.
So that's
And play Alabama.
Alabama and Auburn play twice. And then I've got LSU losing to Clemson, losing to Alabama, and going on to win the national championship.
Okay. I can see that. Now, I want to go back to your Alabama and Auburn. Your issue for me there would be if Alabama loses the conference championship game, they'll probably be the 5 seed. That would make Auburn the 12. You've always thought the Group 5 is locked into the 12 no matter what.
Yeah. Alabama could be the 6.
6-11 then?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the way it would happen. I don't know who'd be. I guess a Big Ten team would be your 5 probably.
Yeah, coming off of a loss.
Well, I think
let me back. I'm sorry, Lance. Let me back up. I'm using the old school of thinking. You're not locked in anymore to the conference champions being the top 4. So the loser of the SEC championship game could easily be a top 4 seed. It's a weird needle you're going to have to thread there.
So let me pull this out. If that happened, and that's astronomical, the odds, but if it did happen, you say on the surface, Auburn fans ecstatic they get to a college football playoff.
Correct.
Alabama fans, okay, we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
But if Alabama was to lose that game to Auburn in the college football playoff,
no longer the right direction.
It's almost like more of a disaster than last year not getting into a college football playoff.
Because not only did you lose, you lost to Auburn. Yeah.
Remember, LT and I, neither one in our bowl predictions did what we said on the air would happen earlier this week, that Auburn beats Georgia.
Yeah, neither one of you went with that one.
We didn't put that in there, but would be a pretty bold prediction.
Yeah, but I think I feel good that my 3 are bolder than that. Alabama and Auburn meeting for a second time, definitely bolder.
Yeah, if Alabama and Auburn play twice this year, does that pass both my projection on Joe Burrow, which I have my second best prediction of all time?
I still don't give you credit for that. I give you credit in the fact that you argued with us that he was better than an average quarterback.
Okay. And then that Bo Nix on his signing, that one day would be a Heisman finalist.
I think this would pass both of us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this would pass.
Yeah, Alabama.
Yeah, I think our biggest, our most outlandish guarantee ever was when the guy called and said, Cam Newton wins a Heisman, Auburn wins a national championship.
Okay.
But, sometimes,
that was our first guarantee, I think.
Yeah, but you get drunk Alabama Auburn fans that, just are all in on everything. But I still would say that's our
Bobby from Homewood.
I don't know. It was a caller. Bobby, I think, says he's also said the same thing, but it was a caller that did it.
I always give Bobby from Homewood credit for that.
Nobody's corrected you, so I guess you can continue to do so.
Morgan in Louisville is up next with his 3 guarantees. Morgan, good morning to you. Welcome to Guarantee Friday.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all been?
Awesome, buddy. You good?
I'm doing good. All right, so, this is going to be wild, I'd say. Difference of opinion for sure. Number 1, the Gamecocks win 10, go to the playoffs.
South Carolina.
Number 2, Louisville wins the ACC.
Oof.
Yeah.
And number 3, I think that Kentucky pays the buyout and fires Mark Stoops.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you, Morgan.
Now, that buyout, thanks, Morgan, that buyout.
Hey, thanks. Y'all take care.
All right, buddy, you too.
Is going to be somewhere between $35 and $40 million at the end of this year.
44.4 at the end of the, according to AI, 44.4 if he's fired after the 2025 season.
Yeah, I don't think they pay it. I mean,
that's a lot of money.
It would take 4-8 last year. People are super pissed. It kind of erased everything, in my opinion, that he's done. I think it would take a 3-9 or worse.
And as I read, now this is from a seaofblue.com, so I'm doing this on the fly here. I don't know how dependable they are, so take this with that disclaimer. But they reported at the end of the football season last year that the assistant coach buyouts are $11 million after the 2025 season.
Wow.
So you're talking about a $55 million check to throw a staff out.
Got to sell a couple of horses there.
Yeah.
Before we do the viewing menu, tell us about our friends at New York Butcher Shop. Whole next segment, we're going to get to the chats and Twitter on your predictions. New York Butcher first.
Hey, not only is the weekend here, but college football kicking off in the morning. You want to have the right food there. The fresh meats, you can pick up the steaks, the ribs, the chicken, the pork, the in-house sides made right there with all the butchers, the deli sandwiches, fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts. 2 locations. Get in, see Jim. He also does incredible wings. The original location, Cabo Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. Rare quality, well-done service. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
All right. He'll tell us about Michelson as we do the viewing menu after you tell us what you're watching tonight or this weekend, Tyler.
We've got a bunch of new releases in theaters. We got some that are new movies and a lot of these re-releases that I've been really enjoying. So first off, you got the new Ethan Coen movie, Honey Don't. Small town private investigator Honey O'Donoghue probes a series of strange deaths that are tied to a mysterious church. It's got Margaret Qualley, Aubrey Plaza, Chris Evans, and Charlie Day.
Margaret Qualley, strong as new rope.
Yeah, and she weird smile to me, but she is Andy McDowell's daughter, right?
Yes. Yeah, you saw her Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but if you saw The Substance, yeah, she was next level.
Tarantino was just looking at toes when he casted her.
Hey, maybe.
Once Upon a Time in
She
Hollywood.
did quite the offer to Brad Pitt, didn't she?
Nothing wrong there, by the way.
It's weird when they have different last names. Like Jennifer and I watched a show on HBO, and come to find out, one of the main female leads is Glenn Close's daughter, and I had absolutely no idea.
But you know what
watching
happens is actress doesn't change her name.
That's right. Yeah. Or it's a different, it's a dad or something. Yeah. But I was like, oh, that's Glenn Close's daughter. I had no earthly idea.
Next up, you got the re-release. It's a 20th anniversary edition of The 40-Year-Old Virgin. I've never seen this movie.
You've never seen 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Very good.
I have not either. Lance swears by it.
I think it will still hold up, and you'll laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. I had just always missed it because I was never a big Steve Carell fan, but I always hear this is like one of the best comedy movies of the 2000s.
It's extremely funny, yes.
Awkward question, do you have a hairy chest?
Oh, wow.
I do not, no.
Yeah, me either.
It is an awkward question. You were right.
Also this weekend, finally on viewing menu.
You're Scott in the
background. Clue is back in theaters starting on Sunday. They're playing all the different endings, so you can watch all the different endings if you want to. Watch the movie 4 times if you want.
So how did that work? I mean, were there? Yeah, I mean, I thought it was like, is there not a universal ending?
Nope.
So like you would go to the theater in Des Moines, and somebody would go in Seattle, and you'd have different endings?
Yes. Total of 4 different endings
didn't know
as who is the final killer, just like a real game of Clue.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I knew the real game of Clue. That's how. I mean, it's different every time, or the game would be really boring. But I didn't know they did that for the movie.
Yep.
Wow. So if I streamed it, do I get to choose my own ending at that point?
That's a good question. I've never streamed it, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, what was the streaming show where you pick the color combination and it Giancarlo Esposito was in it. And you know what I'm talking about? It was on Netflix, and you would pick a color, and it would have a different narrative and a different ending.
Yeah, there were like 8 episodes, and they'd all connect to each other, but it's up to you to decide. Like,
and I think what they realized quickly is our attention span has really, really gotten limited, and that thing did not work, right?
No, it didn't work at all. I never heard anyone talk about that.
Nope. Okay, that's what Tyler's watching. Brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
205-969-8100, the number you need to call. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. They're going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. For more information, MichelsonLaserVision.com.
And my correction, Todd Fuhrman is next with us, and then more of your Guaranteed Friday. Todd Fuhrman on the other side. This is the next round.
Follow LT on Twitter @TheLanceTaylor.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1, find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2, stream it now. Miss Hour 3, download it for later. Miss Hour 4, well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Rolling into hour number 2 on Guaranteed Friday. We'll get back to the phones. We'll get back to the chat room. We will get to the social media posts. They're coming in fast and furious. Thank you for supporting that. This hour of the show being brought to you by our friends at Twin Peaks LT. It's also a big weekend for fantasy football drafts, and Twin Peaks can be your home.
Oh, Twin Peaks, absolutely the place for the fantasy draft. Fantasy season is here. Twin Peaks, place to draft like a pro from now through September 4th. Reserve your fantasy football draft party at participating Twin Peaks location and score big. Here's what you're going to get. Draft kit loaded with everything you need, a $50 kickback card for the commissioner. Don't settle for basic. Draft at the Lodge. Book now, twinpeaksrestaurant.com/fantasy draft. That is twinpeaksrestaurant.com/fantasy draft. Home of the 29-degree beer served right there in 3D with all the Twin Peaks girls running around. Get in today for lunch or dinner is Twin Peaks.
Brown, is Fuhrman going to give us 3 guarantees?
I think he's going to participate. I'm not certain. He's certainly welcome to or not to. It's totally his call.
I wonder if he remembers the 3 he gave us last year.
All right. Well, let's pull Fuhrman up. Fuhrman, do you remember your 3 guarantees from last year?
Guys, I can't remember what I had for dinner last night, so if you're expecting me to go back in the annals of history, good, bad, or indifferent, you guys are giving me way too much credit.
Texas A&M and Alabama in the SEC championship game.
Okay.
All right. One game, I was a Texas victory away from the Aggies getting there in terms of being on the Alabama bandwagon. Look, I probably had more faith in the team than everybody else did going into last season, so that means this year they'll get there under the leadership of Ty Simpson, right?
Why not? Why not? I think the other 2, I'm going to, not to embarrass you, just for historical purposes only.
Look, this is extended family. If you guys can't embarrass me and I can't handle it, then you shouldn't have me on every Friday throughout the course of the fall.
Texas State in the college football playoffs.
That was a debacle. That was an absolute debacle. Hey, but the wildest part about that, guys, when we go back and look at some of the numbers, they actually closed a field goal favorite at home against Arizona State. So apparently the betting market thought very similarly to that before it crashed.
Hey, I had the Bobcats that night against Arizona State.
How'd that go?
It did not go.
Makes two of us, LT.
Yeah,
makes two of us.
But I said this earlier because last year I had somebody out of the American, either Tulane or South Florida, repping the Group 5, and the year before I had Texas San Antonio. I said earlier, Fuhrman, it is as difficult to pick as the Heisman is.
There are no doubt so many challenges with trying to figure out the G5 representative. If you avoid, the Boise States of the world and look at some of these leagues with the amount of parity from top to bottom right now.
And your third one, now we were at the Floribama, so I don't know how many bushwhackers I had at this point.
Oh, it was 10 in the morning. Couldn't be too many.
But I would question how many you had at this point. You had KJ Jefferson in New York City as a Heisman finalist.
Not good. Not good. And you know what? The funny part about it, when we were doing that guarantee show, there were two players that I was going to throw out there as long shots to win the Heisman. It was him being the one that I shared, and another one that crashed and burned out being Ollie Gordon at Oklahoma State. The interesting storyline there now is you talk to people close to the Dolphins organization, and they believe that Ollie Gordon could have a chance to split carries with Devin Achane deeper into the season. So that would be coming full circle if that was indeed the case for a guy who fizzled out at Oklahoma State behind a makeshift offensive line. If suddenly he has a chance to compete as a dark horse for Rookie of the Year in that Dolphins backfield.
Your words to God's ears, Rookie of the Year, Ollie Gordon.
I would tell you this for
you'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that in a heartbeat. Yes,
Fuhrman. It's been a few weeks since I felt the adrenaline rush I feel right now, having read your three guarantees from last year. For some reason, I found great joy in that.
Look, Dunaway, every now and again, I have to do things to go off the grid to allow you to feel better about yourself. For me, knowing that I'm never going to be able to replicate your 2-30 performance in the opening round of the NCAA tournament or whatever it is. So,
that's always what you go back to. That's what you always go back to.
There are times we all get humbled in this particular racket, and that would be one of them. So, I'll have to mull over some of the guarantees. I marked a couple down, so we'll have to get to them towards the end of the segment.
All right, we'll do that at the end of the segment. Todd Fuhrman, CBS Sports. You can also see him all on social media at Todd Fuhrman. He's with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. It is a fool that reads too much into the preseason in the NFL. I understand that as I ask this question. So I'm going to ask it anyway. Have we undervalued the New York Football Giants?
So this was a team actually that I'm a little disappointed by the way they played in the preseason. And the reason I say that is because I thought the Giants were going to be better than people thought coming into the year. Now, I know if you look through that schedule, there aren't a whole lot in the way of wins in front of them. It's arguably the most difficult schedule that any team will have to go through this year. But you try and dissect that roster, and you look at the defensive line that could be amongst the best in the league, a secondary that still has questions to answer, and skill position players other than maybe Malik Neighbors that underwhelm. I do think they can be a little bit undervalued, especially in their first two games of the season. We've already seen them take a little bit of money for week one against the Commanders, a combination of optimism around the Giants and concerns about this Commanders offense that'll most likely go to battle without Terry McLaurin. And then, of course, week two, they'll take on the Dallas Cowboys, a team that also point to going into battle without Micah Parsons to anchor that defense. So maybe the Giants can surprise some folks if they're able to pull off an upset or two out of the gate. But that schedule, gentlemen, if you haven't looked at it, doesn't do anybody any favors other than the road trip to New Orleans, maybe the only truly winnable game from an odds-making perspective over the first 8 weeks.
Okay, Fuhrman, we are just a little over 24 hours away from the game in Ireland, Iowa State, Kansas State. Kansas State right now a 3-point favorite, a total of 50.5. I think I have figured out the side. I'm still working on the total. Iowa State has covered 5 consecutive games against Kansas State. Do you feel strong about a play or side or total?
I don't in this game, and I think when you look at the way this number has kind of hovered right around the 3, it's rare. When a game is up on the board for 3+ months, a marquee game like this, every time it gets to 3.5, you see a little bit of resistance, and Iowa State starts to take some money. The total finally took over money earlier this week. 49 is kind of where it opened earlier this summer. We're now hovering in that 51 range. And I think the biggest question when you're handicapping this game is which quarterback do you trust to take the next step in his evolution? what will Rocco Beck look like without two wide receivers that were drafted by the Houston Texans in Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel? I mean, Beck, over the course of last season, his numbers started to decline. There was speculation and aims that maybe he wasn't 100% down the stretch. But Iowa State's defense, especially against the run, is what really let them down in that Big 12 championship game. And on the other side, for Kansas State, this is a team as a rightful favorite to win the conference this year. If Avery Johnson can look a little bit more dynamic as a passer, I like, what they have in the backfield in the Colorado transfer in Dylan Brown and Jace Brown as well as a receiver. So there are some pieces to like with Kansas State, but I think we're in for a real treat in a game that'll have lasting implications, not just in the Big 12, maybe even the college football playoff race for two teams that I think really believe they have a chance to be one of the 12 playing into December. So no strong feel for me side or total in this game.
What am I missing here? Why are they giving me a 3-team parlay on week 0 here? How do you not just cash in on UNLV giving the points, Kansas giving the points, and Western Kentucky giving the points? How is that not just easy money?
Look, if it was only that easy to try and get involved in this racket, go down the board, take every double-digit favorite, and continue to lay points, then we'd all be rich here, Dunaway, in the grand scheme of it. But the Sam Houston State-Western Kentucky game is fascinating because Western has kind of gone with this blueprint in the past, bringing in an offensive coordinator and a high-profile quarterback from the FCS ranks, hoping it's a seamless transition. And we'll see if that looks the same for the Toppers. This number 7.5 is where it opened, got as high as 10.5, and every time it seems to get into that range, it starts to flicker back into that -10. The total in this game intrigues me a little bit more. If I was able to get a 63 here, I know we're sitting at 61.5. I'd have no problems going under. I think there can be some growing pains for both of these offenses. Fresno State, Kansas at 14.5. Fresno State was a bye, got to 12.5, and a little bit of disagreement. I'm not sure what this Matt Entz era will look like in Fresno. We get E.J. Warner at his third stop. I think Fresno will be better as the season progresses, but I'm not sure they're up for the challenge necessarily against Kansas and what'll be a very good environment as they break in kind of new facilities in a stadium that's not a decrepit shell of itself. And Idaho State, UNLV, look, there's optimism here that Dan Mullen will get this offense to pick up right where they left off last season under Barry Odom's leadership. And there are plenty of 4-star recruits on this team, but I really have concerns about what they'll look like defensively. Lean over the total there. I think UNLV could be able to run for 300 yards, and Idaho State may be able to do their fair share to get this game over the total.
Todd Fuhrman is with us, CBS Sports, and you can see him on social media at Todd Fuhrman. He is with us on the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys Hotline. If Stanford is going to be a 2.5 point dog at Hawaii, where are they going to win a game, Fuhrman? I know you don't have their schedule committed to memory, but they play the ACC schedule. They play Notre Dame. They do have San Jose State. Is this team going to win anything this year?
Talk about a program in transition, and one that I don't think anticipated being here with Troy Taylor getting fired for some of the off-field antics above all else. It's going to take a little while for Andrew Luck as the general manager of this program to build Stanford back into what we grew accustomed to. Harbaugh, and when he handed the baton off to David Shaw before it really fell off a cliff. But when you're a road underdog against the Hawaii program that hasn't beaten a team from a Power 4 conference since 2019, not a ringing endorsement by any stretch of the imagination. There will be a couple of SEC opportunities for them, maybe at home against Boston College early on or late in the year against Cal. But Stanford is a team, barring the market not over-adjusting on some of their numbers, that I can't see wanting to back on a regular basis. Now, that does come with a caveat, because if this game got out to 3, I would be slightly intrigued by the Cardinal here. But there's a reason that Hawaii went from a short home underdog into a favorite. And I have to imagine the way that Hawaii and Coach Timmy Chang have talked about this game is this is one of the more important games they'll play all season to try and set the tone for a team that, in my opinion, has to get bowl eligible if Timmy Chang is going to keep his job.
All right, so Dunaway did his best to embarrass Fuhrman with his 3 guarantees. So we're going to let Fuhrman redeem himself. Here are 3 guarantees from one of the smartest guys we ever talk to each week, Todd Fuhrman, for the college football season. What you got, Fuhrman?
And look, boys, you guys know that just because we say guarantees, I'm not taking any of the low-hanging fruit. So we're going to live dangerously. So Dunaway, mark these down. And we do this 365 days from now, you'll be able to embarrass me as well. We're going to take long shots in the Big 12, and I think we could see history repeating itself with teams coming from off the pace. So I'm going to say that either Arizona or Houston will be one of the two teams that gets the Big 12 championship game. Both of those teams priced at 40-1 or greater to win the league. I think we could see one of those teams really come and surprise some folks, to say the least. I am also going to buy stock in Carson Beck getting invited to New York for the Heisman Trophy. Not sure he's going to win it, but I think he has a bounce-back performance, and it could start as early as next Sunday against this Notre Dame Fighting Irish defense as he looks to try and resurrect his draft status amongst all else. And I'll look to try and find one in the NFL as well. The Miami Dolphins will not go to the NFL playoffs this year. They will underwhelm. So I'm taking the low-hanging fruit because, gentlemen, I got to stick it to you one way or another.
When he said the Miami Dolphins, we were off camera. I shot straight up in my chair for a minute. I thought you were going to make my day.
Nope, I can't do that. But you know what? All kidding aside with the Dolphins, I'm going to say, instead I'll go in a different direction, that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will not win the NFC South for the first time over the last couple of years. So that's for Dunaway more so than you, Brownie. I don't want to kick a man while he's down.
Okay, Bucks do not win. Okay.
Staying away from the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Stafford is the one of the quarterbacks involved here.
Here's the thing that I'm concerned about with the Rams. I mean, I've read this Matthew Stafford conspiracy theory out there that he's actually dead, and it's a clone of Matthew Stafford that's playing quarterback. I don't know if you guys have seen that ridiculous story.
I have not.
But by NFL standards, I have never encountered anything like it, and I'll make sure I send it over to you guys.
Hey, by the way, not only do I think the Bucks make the playoffs, I think they win the Super Bowl.
That is a bold claim. We'll see what that offense looks like without Liam Cohen there calling the shots. We saw how Kentucky football fell off a cliff when he wasn't there. So I think we could see a little bit of regression from Baker Mayfield. And if Tristan Wirfs isn't out there sooner rather than later, that offensive line isn't nearly as formidable as it is without one of the best left tackles in the game.
He would not be the worst quarterback to ever win one.
No, he would not. that man just may happen to be the head coach right in your neck of the woods for a college football program hailing from the G5.
Yeah, for now. Fuhrman, thank you very much for the time. Enjoy the games tomorrow. We'll talk about all of them next Friday as well. Have a great weekend.
Hate you, love you.
Always a pleasure, gents. Great to get the appetizer this week and the main course next week, and we see a lot of the big boys in action.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Fuhrman. We'll see you. Todd Fuhrman on the Alexander Shinard Trial Attorneys Hotline, at Todd Fuhrman on social media, and you see him on CBS Sports Network as well.
Hey, more NFL action tonight. 4 games. You get to see the Falcons and Cowboys tonight, where Brian Schottenheimer believes that Micah Parsons will be ready for Week 1 and play. Jerry Jones telling Michael Irvin that they've got the deal done. It's just the agent of Micah Parsons that are sort of the holding things up right now.
Yeah, I mean, if it is legitimate what Jerry Jones did tell Michael Irvin yesterday, that we are going to make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league, I don't know
where's the disconnect.
It would have to be guaranteed money would be the holdup, right? How much of it's guaranteed?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that if that is true, though, that this deal will get done.
Yeah, you would think.
LancesLock.com has a package for you right now for football season. You can jump on and enjoy Saturday and exhibition play starting tonight.
Yeah, we've got 3 preseason plays up for you, 3 of the 4. We split last night. We had the Carolina Panthers. You talking about a terrible offense to watch. They were awful last night. And we did have the New York Giants. That was an easy winner for you. So we split last night. We've got 3 plays up tonight. In football, we've got more Major League Baseball tonight as well, but we will be prepared for college football kicking off Week 0 tomorrow. Free play each and every day at lanceslog.com, where I think we're 10-0-2 our last 12 free picks.
Holy cow.
That'll get you into the playoffs.
Yeah. So rolling right now, it is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling, any of those issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
All right, let's go to Bryant, who's been patient with us on the phones here, if he's still there. Bryant, welcome into Guarantee Friday on the next round. How are you?
Hey, this is Brian. I'm in Huntsville. I've got 3 guarantees, and I also got a little bet with Morgan from Louisville in the chat room that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Number 1 guarantee is an SEC coach will be fired before November 1st.
Ooh, God. An October firing is it's fairly rare.
Okay.
But there are certainly candidates.
Yeah. Are you thinking Pittman maybe?
Pittman is a possibility, and then I would even say Hugh Freeze, bombs at Baylor, I mean, it's going to be hot.
Oh, yes.
Hot. Okay.
The second guarantee is Lane Kiffin does make the playoffs with Ole Miss.
Okay.
Toddy,
Kiffin
toddy.
in college football playoffs. Okay.
The third one goes with the bet with Morgan, because I know Morgan called earlier and said Louisville would win the ACC. Georgia Tech is going to win the ACC. Brent Key is more Nick Saban than a bunch of them. And I have a little stake bet with Morgan. Don't know if New York Butcher Shop will ship to Louisville. But, Morgan, if you're listening, the bet's still on.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, New York Butcher was shipped
They
anywhere.
do ship, right? New York Butcher Shop?
Oh, yeah, they'll ship.
Yeah,
By the way, if I'm keeping score here other than Furman, every phone call we've taken has somebody different winning the ACC, and none of them are Clemson.
So far.
Yeah, I mean, that's a weird trend here.
I feel really good about Clemson winning the ACC.
That is a weird trend.
Yeah. Okay. So more phone calls if you want to. Phone number, I think, is 205-734-0923, 734-0923, 205 area code. You can tell I don't push the phones a lot. But also you can do it, as a lot of people do, in our chat room on our video platforms and also on social media. Brown's going to give us a couple of those, and we're going to react to those. LT and I, that'll be our role now.
All right. Reaction, the panel. Smuff, his 3 guarantees. 5 SEC teams jump on the coaching carousel by the end of the season. So 5 SEC firings is basically what he's saying there.
Yeah, I said you could have as many as 7. I think the number's probably 3 or 4. 5 would be heavy, but it's possible.
I mean, to get to 5, I think you have to dip your toe into Hugh Freeze and Brian Kelly. One of them.
Yeah. So one of them's got to be in the discussion.
One for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Pittman's the obvious. I think you would put Stoops on that list.
Although
I
that's
think
a lot of money.
Venables would be on that list.
You don't get there without putting Napier on that list.
Napier or Freeze.
Or Levy.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
Kelly.
a path for Levy, yeah. Number 2 for him, Kansas plays in the Big 12 championship game.
I mean, I could see that.
Yeah. Oh, well, you can see almost anybody in the Big 12, couldn't you? Number 3, Tulane's only loss is Ole Miss, and they make the college football playoff as your group of 5.
How good is Jake Retzloff going to be a quarterback?
Yeah, that's a question. Daniel's 3 guarantees. An SEC coach fired before November.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait a minute. I think Daniel just called his in. I think I was reading his, and he called him in because those are the same 3. So my apologies on that. We've already got that one, Jim.
No, I don't.
Well, you just called him in. That's what I'm saying.
That was Bryant.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Bryant.
Okay, well, now I got to go back and find Daniel. Let me get back to you on those because I've already scrolled way down here. Rusty. Oh, shoot. It just refreshed. Hang on.
It's okay. We'll go to JD while you're looking.
Okay.
Even though I keep writing names with blank spaces right now. JD is in Huntsville. JD, welcome to Guaranteed Friday. How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys. Man, it's the greatest sport of all sports, and it's the shortest, which is crazy. But getting longer and more playoff teams. So here's what I think is going to happen every year. So I think this year you're only going to have 4 returning teams make the playoffs.
Okay.
And you're going to have 8 new teams. Those 4 teams returning are going to be Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Penn State.
Okay, I like that. Is that one prediction or is that 2?
Well, that's a few there. And I think you're right about the 5 SEC teams making it. I think Alabama gets back in it this year. I think you have Ole Miss, Georgia,
Texas.
You're going to say LSU, and then you're going to have one team that we haven't even thought of. One team is going to come out of nowhere, and nobody has even thought about them making the playoff.
Yeah, some earlier like me would say Auburn. Yeah.
Maybe. What if Arkansas lights it up this year? What if
geez.
Sam Pittman saves his job this year and Arkansas goes out, they beat Texas, they just get on a run?
They got to beat a lot of
Notre Dame.
They got a tough schedule.
Yeah, they do, but I think just a win over Texas would do a lot keeping his job. That means a lot to those people.
Well, I think it's going to be SEC is going to have they're going to get back on the scoreboard. They're going to win the national championship again. And I think Alabama got a great shot to get to the final.
I agree. Is that it? Was there 3 there?
Yep.
Okay, thank you, JD.
Hey.
Yep.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. Hey, it's Rambo says he's got nuclear level. You guys ready?
Okay, wait.
All right. Hey, it's Rambo. This is from the chat room.
Okay.
Hey, Rambo.
She'll go with Rambo.
Ole Miss beats Georgia in Athens. Ole Miss beat Georgia in Oxford last year, but doing it in Athens would be a different animal.
Okay.
Texas loses twice in September. It goes along with what you said.
Oh.
2 Texas losses in September.
Heard that before. Okay.
And Boise State over Oregon. That is somewhat complicated by the fact that Boise State and Oregon do not play each other in the regular season, but we will write that down just in case it happens in the playoffs. He will look like an absolute genius.
Yeah. By the way, last year, Greg from Pell City had Ole Miss beating Georgia in Oxford. That was one of his 3 guarantees.
Wow. Rob 077 in the chat room. Pribula is legit. Missouri goes to the playoffs.
Well, we don't know if Pribula is going to be starting.
Boy, imagine how good the starter is if he
Well, I
beats
mean,
a
it's going
legit
to be Sam
Pribula.
Horn or Pribula. And
Yeah.
Eli Drinkwood said, hey, we're going to let both these guys play the Thursday night opener and then try to get it figured out for week 2 against Kansas.
Wow.
Missouri beats Kansas by 21 plus. Very heavy Missouri flavor here in Rob's 3 guarantees.
That's okay.
And his third one, a team that has not won the national championship in 20 years or never wins a national championship. So that will take a lot of teams off the board. And I mean, Penn State would be on the board there. They haven't won one in 20 years, right? But that would knock out Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, LSU.
You've got Penn State and Oregon, I think.
Penn State and Oregon would be about
or Miami.
Yeah, of your agreed upon contenders. That'd knock a lot of them out. Scott from the chat room. Colorado beats Georgia Tech.
Not our Scott, different Scott.
This is a different Scott, not Scott Forrester.
That's not bold.
Colorado beats Georgia Tech. That is bold.
They're a 3.5-point underdog.
I think that's
at home.
That is a tougher game than you make it out to be. You're like the Ramblin' Rex going to drive that Model T out there and just wear them out. Number 2, Alabama makes the playoffs. Also not as bold. And the number 3, I'll be high as a kite tonight. All right. Sam.
That's not bold
That's
either.
probably not bold either.
Yeah.
You control that one.
I'll be high
as a kite. You'll have to ask him if he calls in next year. Were you high on Friday, August 22nd? Sam, DJ Lagway is a Heisman finalist.
I could see it. I mean, he's 6-1 as a starting quarterback. If he's 100% healthy, he's going to have a really good offensive line. I mean, he we've seen quarterbacks take this league over before.
Former South Alabama Jag, Gio Lopez will become a household name.
I don't see that.
That's a broad prediction, but I guess Gio Lopez would have to have them 9-10 wins to be a household name.
Yeah, it's hard to see that.
Good quarterback, though. And number 3, Georgia will be SEC champions, but will lose to Big Game Brent and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Boy,
we're calling him Big Game Brent now.
What's our number? What's our viewer number in Atlanta these days?
I don't know. It's
Georgia Tech Love.
Atlanta's a good market for us.
Yeah,
actually.
it actually is. Thank you, Atlanta, for listening in always. I know you listen with Alabama hate in your heart.
A lot of
over in
YouTube.
Atlanta.
We get a lot of YouTube out of Atlanta, so we appreciate that.
All right, some more of the guarantees coming up, including Forrester's next on the other side. Show being brought to you. Before we hear about break line, tell me about Bojangles, Brandon. Let's do our Bo Tender moment of the day.
Oh, we got one?
Forrester, did you get that first day of school picture? Yep. Okay. Forrester's mic, I heard it here. Yes, there.
I have it, Jim.
Thank you. I love Forrester's input on the microphone all the time.
From sweet to heat, Bojangles has 7 sauces that will definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with their sauces than their hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. You want to add some tang, try barbecue. You want some heat, try creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. If you're craving smooth and creamy, house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, or classic Bo sauce ready and waiting, head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. And don't forget them for your tailgates and your college football watch parties. It's Bo time.
This comes from Arch Iventer. And it's the best first day of school picture. Kid heading off to first grade. Little Zach's first day of school.
Yeah, I saw this. Pretty awesome.
And got all of his toys lined up, saluting him as he walks out the door with the picture. And that's a great first day of school
That's really
picture
cool.
from
Yep.
Michelle Owen 7 there. Our little superhero has started school.
Oh, that is really cool.
That is very Toy Story-esque there.
Yes,
but
it is.
That one caught my attention late last
Hulk
night.
front and center.
Yeah. Boy.
Was that a late night when I sent to you, Forrester? Well, I may have been high as a kite, or was it this morning as I was hopping in the shower?
I believe that one came in last night.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I thought that was a cool one there. That's our Bojangles tender moment of the day. Breakline takes us to break. Tell us about our friends at Breakline, where football's so bright tomorrow you'll need to wear those shades right
That's
there.
right.
Yeah.
These shades from Breakline Optics. BreaklineOptics.com. Code TNR30 right now. Saves you 30% off your order at BreaklineOptics.com. You want some great-looking sunglasses that the lenses are indestructible? You've ever dropped a pair of sunglasses and broken the lenses? Not with Breakline. Scott showing you video of us taking their lenses out in the parking lot of our building, beating them with a rubber mallet, and we did not break them. They are indestructible. BreaklineOptics.com is that website where you can go order these. Now, this is a Alabama company, Birmingham-based company. They operate nationwide. Great-looking glasses. They fit wonderfully. They're lightweight. They're durable. They're made by outdoorsmen, people that love the outdoors, so they are built to last at Breakline Optics. You can see more at BreaklineOptics.com. BreaklineOptics.com. Code TNR30 saves you 30% off your order at BreaklineOptics.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, a car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to shannara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
The World Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
Looking to expand your business? Let the Next Round help you. Contact us, sales@nextroundlive.com, and be part of the team. Advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platforms. The Next Round can take your business to the next level. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, while reaching the most desirable audience for your business. Get more information by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level using the Next Round.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1? Find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2? Stream it now. Miss Hour 3? Download it for later. Miss Hour 4? Well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Just because you've quit going to the gym, it doesn't mean that you have to quit gym altogether. Dunaway, that is. With our Next Round podcasts open 24/7, 365, you can access gym anytime you'd like. While you may have done away with your treadmill routine, our version of Dunaway is standing by ready to get you back to your absolute best. Find all that lovely Jimmy D-led content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and in the podcast section of NextRoundLive.com. This message is sponsored by Jimmy Crypto Inc. and Jimmy Crypto for President.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new Chicken and Bowberry Waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a Bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try Chicken and Bowberry Waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Our walk-on sound of the day is going to come from Kalen DeBoer yesterday in Tuscaloosa after a practice. But before we get there, I want to tell you about walk-ons. First of all, they are hosting the kickoff party next Thursday night, 1 week from last night. So we're within a week, week 1 this year on the Thursday night. Games actually going on, which include Boise State USF, the first game of the day, and you also get a pretty interesting East Carolina NC State game. You get a little Jack State UCF, and of course the SEC starts with Central Arkansas and Missouri, and the big one that night is Nebraska and Cincinnati, 8 o'clock on ESPN. We'll be watching it all right there at Walk-Ons, your location there just off Highway 280 at Tattersall, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light and Alexander Shinard Trial Attorneys. The kickoff party this year, the 5th one for the next round. Always your great location to watch the games and enjoy great food with a little Cajun flavor to it. It's our wonderful friends at Walk-Ons. Highway 280 location, but also just off Highway 150 and I-459 in Hoover and in Trussville. The local Walk-Ons, always great for football season. Kalen DeBoer yesterday, challenging the other running backs not named Jam Miller after the Miller injury. Here is the Alabama head coach.
Just looking for someone to separate themselves. That's really the situation, and they feel like Jam was certainly at a higher level and need these guys. And, I know they're hungry and, they want to do it. Now they just got to show us. And, it's not just one area, it's all phases. It's running the ball, it's pass protection. It's just all of those things combined. So again, each guy's got some tools, got some things that they can do. But need them to stand out because there's kind of a log jam there, and each of them have their strengths, and they all can fit into the offense in some form or fashion.
Yeah. Well, my takeaway from that is Jam Miller was the clear-cut one.
Yeah.
Like it didn't.
I think everybody thought that.
Yeah,
though,
but
right?
To hear the head coach basically say there was a massive amount of separation.
And I don't want to discount what running backs do, but it is kind of plug and play. I mean, we've seen like Ollie Gordon. He got brought up earlier. You guys remember first 2 or 3 games of the 2023 season, he didn't even play. And then he just comes out and just dominates the Big 12. So my point is you can have running backs that maybe you didn't expect much from, and backup running backs come in and really be a factor.
Yeah, and we'll see if it's Daniel Hill, Richard Young, whoever it is.
To your point, though, most Alabama fans going into the year before the Jam injury probably never pictured it being that big of a gap between Jam Miller and the other guys because like A.K. Deere and all the recruits, they've all been great recruits.
Well, yes, but I also think with Alabama fans, if you had said, all right, give me your Alabama offense power rankings, I think most of them go, okay, I'm going to go Ryan Williams number 1. I think a lot of them would say I'm going to go Caden Proctor number 2. I think then you probably get to Ty Simpson and Jeremy Bernard 3 and 4. And then you may get to Jam Miller. They may go Isaiah Horton. They may go Parker Brailsford. They may go Jaden Roberts. I mean, there may be a lot of guys before you got to Jam Miller. I'm just saying, that's not to say that he wasn't important because that's just fan perception. I'm just saying I think most fans, to Lance's point about plug and play, Jam Miller was well down the power rankings, I think, for a lot of Alabama fans on offense.
I would have gone Brailsford, maybe even in front of Proctor.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brailsford's Proctor is going to be a better prospect at the next level because of the size. But for the college game, I think Brailsford probably is the better player. But again, I'm not an offensive line expert.
That's right.
Nor am I. Nor do we play one on radio. at all. All right, so let's get back to our Guarantee Friday, brought to you in part by our friends at MyBookie, mybookie.ag, where you can play the games tomorrow. What was wrong, LT, with my parlay there? UNLV minus 26.5, Kansas minus 13.5, and Western Kentucky minus 10.5.
I love it. We're just going to play power. Let's just play all these double-digit favorites.
Well, it's week 0. I mean, that's what you do.
Here's your problem with that, and this is what makes it so difficult, especially to handicap in the first few games of the NIL era. There are so many transfers that are coming in, and it might look like a splash on the surface, like these are really good players, but how do they mesh together? And there's going to be a lot of these double-digit favorites that not only don't cover, they're going to lose the game outright. And I'm not talking about tomorrow. Like you might be onto something with a 6-1 with all 3 double-digit favorites hitting, but it's just not that easy.
Yeah. When you said, what's the problem with my 3-team parlay, Lance's answer was, it's a 3-team parlay. That's your
and you know TJ Finley is starting again for Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is he really?
I'm kidding.
Oh, sure.
Kidding.
It was 100% believable, though.
That was going to be my loss right
No,
there.
actually, they've got an Abilene Christian transfer quarterback coming in. Kid named Maverick McIver.
Maverick
McIver.
Oh, that's a great name.
Maverick McIver.
MyBookie.ag, code next round is where you go. When you use code next round at MyBookie.ag, when you sign up there, use code next round. They're going to give you a bet back bonus. What that means is your first bet right there at MyBookie.ag, they're going to cover it up to $500. That way, if you lose, like Jim's probably would have there,
what?
$500 right back into your account. It rolls over, you fire again, and that's their way of welcoming you on board. They want it to be as great an experience for you as possible. So a $500 bet back bonus. That's when you use code next round at mybookie.ag up to $500.
Why not do me the favor? Do the 500 right there, and then boom, go 3-team parlay.
That's right. I mean, it's risk-free at that point, right?
Yeah, you get it back.
You get it back.
So you put the $500 all on the parlay.
Why not?
Just win $3,000, and you've got a nice nest egg.
Or get $500 back.
Why not?
Yeah, that's your options there.
Why not?
Yeah, mybookie.ag is where you can do that. Code next round at mybookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. Mybookie.ag. Quick point spread scan. Fuhrman talked about how long that game had stayed at 3 in the college game tomorrow. Iowa State and Kansas State playing some Farmageddon. It is still at 3. Hawaii still a 2.5-point favorite. And you can play those games, mybookie.ag, code next round, mybookie.ag, code next round.
By the way, you know how we order things on the internet, especially if you don't really know what you're ordering? Can you imagine being the hotel in Dublin where, some of the fans are staying, and you're like, all right, so we probably need to throw out we got the Irish flag, probably need to throw out an American flag.
Yep.
And let's throw out an Iowa State, Kansas State flag. And we ordered them on Amazon and just do that. Problem is, the Iowa State came in what you wanted. It was the Iowa State flag. Your Kansas State flag ended up being the state flag of Kansas.
No, the actual Kansas State flag. Yeah, there you go.
That's from Noah over there. The weirdest thing he's seen is the Iowa State flag but it's the state flag of Kansas that they ended up getting shipped to them.
I mean, the sad thing is, if I was in Dublin this weekend, I wouldn't go to this game.
No, I'm with you.
I mean, with you guys, I'd go to a castle, I'd go to a pub and watch the game.
I'd be playing golf. I'd be doing a lot of things.
I can't remember if our friend in Indianapolis I used to work with at CBS 42, Katie, if she's still over there or not, but I don't think she would go to this game either. If you're touring, you're drinking beer and you're seeing castles and playing golf or things like that. You can go see college football. You can go see Big 12 college, better than Big 12 college football back here in the States.
There's no doubt about it. I can do that anytime.
I'll be watching every second of it, though, tomorrow. All right, Forrester, give me your 3 guarantees, and we'll get back to the viewers and listeners. On the record, Forrester, last year.
We don't have to do this.
Last year, Forrester.
Not bad, huh?
There would be major in-helmet communication drama. Maybe somebody listening in, I think he talked about.
Stealing that, yeah. I think there was an article about that, though.
Colorado 2-10.
Nailed it.
Yeah. And then you had, what was the other one, Auburn in the playoffs?
I said that Auburn would beat either Alabama or Georgia.
That's it. I'm glad you remember. There you go.
I nailed all of those.
Yeah, it's not your best performance, Scott.
We're gonna change
this year?
that.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. you guys are mostly bullish on LSU, right?
Yes.
Mostly.
That's a good one, right? Bullish?
Yeah,
bullish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jim and Lance
Yes.
more than me, but I'm still a bit bullish.
Yeah, I
on
mean,
it.
look, I could see 9-3, but I still think they're going to be borderline whether or not they get to a college football playoff. If you go lower than 9-3, that's going to be interesting.
Well, what if I told you
Is this a 30 for 30?
that after 5 games they'd be 2-3?
Oh my gosh, Scott. Kelly may not survive that.
Boy, T-Bob's going to be glad he's at Barstool.
Yeah, no doubt. I have to do that post-game show with Matt Moscata.
Yeah,
I think they're going to lose to Clemson. I think they're going to lose to Florida. And I think they're going to lose at Ole Miss, which would put them at 2-3.
Those aren't crazy losses.
Yeah, it's very, very possible. But, boy, that would be disastrous.
And then I've also got them losing to Bama later, and they go 8-4 in the regular season.
Yeah. They do have the landmine on their back, picking them to win the national championship.
That's right.
So all of that's on the table.
You know,
yes.
8-4, again, I don't think he's done a bad job. He just doesn't have he just hasn't met the expectations we all believed he would make. Do you think 8-4 gets him fired?
I mean, that would be his worst year, and it's almost like you could see a steady decline.
So I think there's more of an expectation, not to hijack your 3 guarantees here, Scott, but I think there's more of an expectation for Alabama. But we've talked about Kalen DeBoer. If he misses the playoffs the next 2 years, he's out. So how could you go 4 years at LSU and so
I agree.
Okay, sorry, Scott.
No, you're good.
No, that's what this whole show, the reason I like it so much is we react to these guarantees. No apologies needed. Number 2, Forrester.
Next up, the SEC's national championship drought continues.
Oh, what a tease.
Clemson beats Texas in the national championship.
Scott going against the callers who don't even have Clemson winning the ACC.
Well, we saw that all orange matchup last year, didn't we, in the playoffs?
We did. We did. Clemson gets revenge this time.
Okay.
I don't like you saying the SEC drought continues, though.
Well, you know.
He's right, though.
And finally, let's go bold. John Sumrall and Jake Retzlaff get Tulane into the playoff, and John Sumrall lands an SEC job out.
I'd love it. I'd love it for Sumrall. I hope it's not Kentucky.
Yeah, I hope it's not Kentucky either.
I mean, that's the obvious one. I hope that's not it.
That would that would be his only trip to the college football playoffs. Then probably.
I don't think this is realistic, but if your first held true, if Brian Kelly went 8-4 and got fired, is there a chance at Sumrall in state?
Yeah, I think they would look down their nose too much at Tulane to hire.
Do you really think so?
Yeah. I think you feel like you're getting. Oh, we're not hiring.
That's very short-sighted.
Are we hiring Tulane's? I mean, but if UAB's coach had a lot of success, do you think Alabama would hire UAB coach? I think that's the same thing.
I don't know the relationship between Tulane and LSU. I know the relationship between UAB and Alabama.
Right, and there are, that is a bit of a different situation.
I would tell you at one point, though, Auburn hired a coach from Samford and won a national championship, we've now learned.
That's true. In retrospect, he got the national championship.
Yeah, I would say this. Didn't Billy Napier come out of Louisiana very successful at the very same time they hired Brian Kelly, and he went to Florida? They didn't go to LSU?
Have they been there the same amount of time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Napier, I think, had 21-22 wins in 2 years at Lafayette.
Like he was kicking it. Now, if you can get Brian Kelly from Notre Dame as opposed to the coach at Louisiana, I mean, that's an easy gig.
Sure. Yeah, it's hard to sell. We're going to go Louisiana coach over Notre Dame coach.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Back to our chat room and also on social media right after LT tells us about our friends at Woodhouse Day Spa.
Hey, look, college football season finally kicks off tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning with Iowa State and Kansas State. You know you're going to be on the couch all day watching football for the foreseeable future. You want to send the wife or the girlfriend to the best day spa out there. It is the Woodhouse Day Spa, located at the Summit Shopping Centers. Get in, see Stewart and that great staff. Voted America's best day spa since 2009. You can order gift cards online 24/7 at birmingham.woodhousespas.com. Let them choose from a menu of over 70 options, including the nail services, waxing, skincare, body treatments, massages. Again, stop in, tell Stuart and the guys Next Round sent you, or go online, shop 24/7, birmingham.woodhousespas.com.
All right, Brownie, anybody else in the chat room and or social media?
Justin has Georgia dropping 3 games. Georgia loses 3 games, according to Justin.
Okay.
I could see that.
Number 2's got Vanderbilt 7-5. That would be a heck of a year.
That is not what I'm expecting from Vandy.
More on that in a moment. Number 3, Stephanie and I last longer than Hugh Freeze. In case you missed the show earlier this week, Justin got engaged on the show. Yeah, so he's eliminating a future 4 downs question.
Well, we did throw it out there.
Yes.
Yep.
Final Four Troy. Arch Manning will be in New York for the Heisman.
Final Four Troy. Hold on.
That is
Arch
will be in New York for the Heisman.
Just a Heisman finalist.
Just a Heisman finalist. Keldrick Falk will win the Bednarik. Be a good year for Keldrick Falk there.
By the way, on that list, I think he was the 14th best player in college football.
That I can believe.
Yeah.
And his third prediction, Final Four Troy's, Penn State plays for the national championship. James Franklin finally winning some big games.
Plays in it, though.
Doesn't
have him winning it.
Well, yeah, but he had to win a couple big games to get there.
He did.
Brody
with a B. All right.
With a B, yes, unlike Brody with a D. South Carolina misses a bowl game. We've had South Carolina all over the board, 10-2 and missing a bowl game. By the way, South Carolina announces today they're switching to Nike. Under Armour is bleeding, and I assume Under Armour just didn't want to bid for these teams. Or
Probably
bid as much,
not,
but,
or couldn't bid as much.
But, they are bleeding out teams. They've lost to Auburn and South Carolina. So South Carolina going back to Nike, or going to Nike.
But highest profile Under Armour team right now, Notre Dame. Are they still Under Armour?
I think they are. But yes, that would be your highest profile. Number 2 for Brody, UAB wins fewer games than Mississippi State.
Wow.
I mean, I guess we're talking 2 or 3 wins right there.
Yeah, that's a small number.
Yeah. And he says back-to-back years, Arizona State wins the Big 12.
That would be super impressive from Kenny Dillingham.
Heck of a job by Kenny Dillingham.
That would change your perception.
Yeah, it would. It would, yeah.
To be able to back that up.
Ryan Burrows, full name from the YouTube chat room. Clemson wins the national championship. Worm's turning for Clemson here on the show among our viewership.
I mean, I've got Clemson losing to Alabama, but I think Clemson's going to be
early callers did not like
obviously
them.
really good.
Penn State goes 9-3 and misses the playoffs with a loss to Iowa. 9-3 Penn State missing the playoffs. Huge disappointment.
Sadly, I feel like the Big Ten will be there'll be so many 3-loss teams in the Big Ten that I think the 3-loss team that makes the playoffs could be a Big Ten team.
Oh, okay. So it's because there's so many of them, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But okay, Penn State misses playoffs at 9-3.
And then Brian Kelly gets fired after they go 8-4. So very disappointing season for them.
Okay. Fired after the 8-4.
Thatcher, Tennessee in the SEC championship game against Alabama. Boy, that would be, you want to talk about a coaching job by Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
That would be pretty incredible.
He's got Tennessee playing in Atlanta.
Wow. That would be good. He's calling both sides of that. But Tennessee in the SEC championship
Tennessee,
game.
Alabama, he says.
Well, it's been a while since they've been there.
2000, what year was that?
They were there in
2007. Was against LSU was the last time they've played for the conference championship.
I was trying to remember that, And after that, Florida took over, and they had a lot of SEC championship games out of the East. Number 2 for him, Clemson wins the national championship. So put Thatcher in the Clemson category as well. And prediction number 3 from Thatcher, guarantee number 3, Hugh Freeze is fired during the October 31st show. Now, your issue there is that's a Friday show. It's a weird time to fire a coach.
It really would be, yeah.
But it would be the second time that has happened.
Yep. We'll just give you the week up. We'll take that.
Yeah, if he last week of October, that's a good call by him.
Yeah. More coming up on the other side, including Ryan Brown's. He'll give us his 3 guarantees. We'll recap ours at the end of the show. First segment, if you're looking for serious sports talk about the 9 SEC games, the change yesterday, we hit that off the top of the show today, and Auburn's big recruit. I do want, LT, before we hear about Central State Bank, for you to react to what we've seen from Jackson Dart. It was a question to Fuhrman, but you haven't reacted to the Giants last night, 42-10 over New England. Dart 6 of 12 in the preseason, 32 of 47, 372, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jackson Dart, obviously impressive, right?
Very impressive. Had a 4th down run last night. Showed his athleticism, but ended up fumbling at the end of the run. He's going to have to protect the football. I think that's Brian Dable's main concern right now with Jackson Dart is, once he gets in that lineup, he faces the live bullets. How is he going to be able to protect the football?
He needs to protect himself, too. He needs to get down.
Well, and Dable told him that. You could read his lips. He's like, slide.
My prediction is you see Russell Wilson for the month of September, and then once we roll into October, I think it's going to be Jackson Dart.
And Jameis Winston's NFL career is over?
I mean, he's going to be the third one they keep. Tommy DeVito was fantastic last night, but there's no way they keep DeVito.
Oh, no. You can't keep 4, obviously.
So, I mean, will Jameis ever start again? Probably not.
Yeah, thought that was really interesting. And reaction to what Eric Dickerson said on the Rogan and Rodney show, LA Sports Talk. What's Fred Rogan, longtime Los Angeles sportscaster, and Rodney Peete, USC great. They have a radio show, and Eric Dickerson was on the show, and he said a very reliable source, and then he slowed it down, very reliable, told him that the NFL sent out basically a no draft tag on Shedeur Sanders to, quote, teach him to use him as a scapegoat to show others that you got to play by the rules.
I don't believe it. I love Eric Dickerson.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It is one of the dumbest things. Do you think a team that needs a quarterback that really is evaluated and they say Shedeur one day could be a great starting quarterback, they're going to pass on it?
Yeah. I will remind you, the NFL has drafted guys literally that have punched pregnant women. And the NFL is going to tell teams, hey, this kid's a little too cocky. Let's don't draft him. Are you even serious about that if you're Eric Dickerson? I mean, how do you even say that with a straight face? That might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The NFL has, they have left and right guys that have done crazy things have gotten drafted. And we're going to
criminal things.
Criminal things that have been, Jim, not alleged criminal things you've been convicted of, right? Yep. And we're going to not draft a guy because he's a little too cocky? We got to teach him how the game's played? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then was it the follow-up like he started to fall so far they felt like they'd gone too far, so they told Cleveland go and pick him?
Yeah, in the 5th round they sent out word that, hey, he's fallen further than we thought he was going to fall. Yeah, he's okay to
Cleveland's
draft.
like, we've got to pick him?
He's okay to draft now. Yeah.
Cleveland's like, we've already picked a quarterback. Why are we taking 2?
Yeah.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Central State Bank, not dumb, though. They've been doing this so long that they are a smart place to put your money.
Well, and they know when you got a college kid, and we've all lived it, college life moves fast, and your banking needs to as well. So if it's your first paycheck, if it's textbook hustle, a weekend road trip, Central State Bank is here to back you up. With easy-to-use accounts, mobile banking, and hometown service, Central State Bank makes adulting easier. Family-owned, community-focused, always in your corner. Central State Bank, member FDIC. More Guaranteed Friday next.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, a car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Chenard Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Chenard.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hey friends, if you're looking to expand your business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us at sales@nextroundlive.com to be part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential consumers on our ever-expanding platform. Let the Next Round help take your business to the next level. Get more information by emailing us at sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level with the Next Round.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on The Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at The Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, fastest show of the year always. Guaranteed Friday. All because you guys participate so well. Keep them coming in the chat room and also on Twitter. At Next Round Live. That's the first time I almost said at Jocks Roundtable.
Wow.
Holy crap, Jim. That's
5
been
years
a long
later.
time ago.
Yeah. Did make the mistake first year.
Yeah.
5 years into it, almost said it.
Hey, do you guys know who plays in Ireland next year? I do, and the reason I'm asking.
You know it's already been announced?
Yeah, the next 2 years have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't it a bad game? Isn't it like Navy and somebody?
It's not a bad game. I was going to ask you if you think it, because this is the first time we've had an all-ranked matchup with Iowa State and Kansas State, and I'm just wondering if there's a possibility next year this matchup could be ranked. We're actually going to see this matchup in week 1, North Carolina TCU.
Oh, and they played in Dublin?
Really?
Isn't that weird?
Now,
And-
Belichick's used to play in those European games.
I mean, could you see both of those teams ranked next year coming into the game?
Yeah.
I think you could.
Yes, you could, yeah.
Which one do you trust more being ranked next year?
TCU.
I was going to say North Carolina.
And then in 2027, August 28th, 2027, Pittsburgh and Wisconsin.
Boy, both of those should be ranked, but I don't really trust either one of them to be.
Well, I mean, Wisconsin's going to have a second-year coach.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I saw somewhere that in the 2010s and teens, that decade,
probably the third most wins in college football.
Yeah, it was like they were top 10 winning percentage.
They won
for
10
sure.
games every year.
Yeah.
How much are they paying these teams to give up a home game? I mean, if Wisconsin is the one giving up that home game, which I'm betting it's Pitt that's giving it up.
Yeah.
I mean, a Wisconsin home game brings a lot of revenue.
Yeah, it's got to be a Pitt game.
It's got to be a Pitt game, and North Carolina, TCU,
Yeah.
But I mean,
you'll make more money going over.
Iowa State and Kansas State, and those aren't huge stadiums, but they pack those stadiums out.
I was reading this morning, and this is pretty amazing when you think about it. Like, fans in Ireland that are just learning the game of college football, they would be blown away if they knew the Little Apple. There's a bigger venue, Bill Snyder Family Stadium, in Manhattan, Kansas, than any venue in Manhattan, New York, which is true.
That
you know,
is true,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what MSG holds. but-
Manhattan, Kansas has the biggest venue of the Manhattans.
I think you can probably get 22,000 in MSG. or
Yeah,
something.
nowhere close.
Yeah, probably 30 for a concert
Yeah.
if you pack them in or something.
That's just why. I mean, the travel cost, having to completely adjust your schedule and all that. The amount of money they must get to play these games to give up a home game for it.
Yeah, let's get into the more of the Guarantee Friday. Also, get the spotlight ready to hit right here, Tyler. But first, let me tell you, Champy's Chicken brings you the final hour of the show. Sterling, I wish Sterling would give us his 3 guarantees. Sterling, if you're listening, hit us up, man. Loves Sterling, whether it's before, during, or after the show. Hit us up, Sterling. Before, during, or after games, Champy's the place to go. Tailgating, it's perfect tailgate food. Let me tell you. First of all, the fried chicken, bone in, juicy to the bone, brined overnight, cooked to order, so good. But easy to take, big pans of hand-cut chicken fingers, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. Win your tailgate, champyschicken.com. Highway 119, over a decade, our friends at Champy's.
The College Football Spotlight.
The Shannara Spotlight presented each day of the week by our guy Alexander Shannara. Trial attorneys, elite trial lawyers that have recovered more than $2 billion by maintaining Alexander's core values: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. It is a firm headquartered right here in Birmingham. For 24 years, they've grown to more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
All right. Let's save yours, Brownie. Right before
Oh, okay.
trash.
I've got good ones. I got 3 good ones.
Save Brownies.
I'm moving back over here then.
Let's go back to our audience. Joey Freshwater. Have we done Joey's yet?
We have not done Joey Freshwater.
Joey's Freshwater's off of Twitter. Georgia will win the SEC and be in the title game.
Okay.
Texas Tech will win the Big 12. And despite LT betting on his 401k on Oklahoma and Mateer, he will not be better than Joe Burrow and LSU. They'll be 7-5.
I don't think he ever said he's going to be better than Joe Burrow.
Well, he's just saying that you've talked up Mateer a lot in the offseason.
Oh, I think Mateer's going to be really good, but yeah, I could still see him be really good, and they're 7-5, right?
Because their schedule's tremendous.
That actually might be really good.
Yeah. All right. So that's Joey's. What else you have for us over there?
Kyler, Michigan offense bounces back. They play for the Big Ten championship.
Kyler or Tyler?
Kyler with a K.
Kyler, okay.
Kyler P, if you want to keep up with it that way. So basically, Michigan playing for the Big Ten championship, he says.
Okay.
Florida or Oklahoma. He's not going to narrow it down for you. He's going to give you 2. Florida or Oklahoma goes 9-3 and makes the playoffs. But he's got Clemson also 9-3 with losses to Georgia Tech, South Carolina, and LSU. I think Georgia Tech's fared pretty well in our 3 guarantees.
Oh, yeah.
Clemson not so much.
There's a big expectation around here, and you wonder, is it Brent Key's ties to Alabama and being a Birmingham guy, or
I don't
people
know.
really believe Georgia Tech's going to be this good? I think they're going to be better, but
I think in reality it should be because of Haynes King, but I think you nailed it, that it's the love of Saban, Alabama, and the Birmingham ties.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people that don't even know the Birmingham ties. I think it's more the attachment to Saban, and I think they like the way Brent Key goes about it. I think if you kind of like the Saban era and the way Saban went about it, Key kind of goes about it the same way. Ryan Burrows. Did I read his already?
You did.
I did? Okay.
I know because you said his full name.
I sure did, didn't I? RC4. Hugh Freeze goes 7-5, but keeps his job based on a solid recruiting class. That'd be...
I mean,
7-5 is the cut line.
Yeah.
7-5 is the cut line. If I'm an Auburn fan, I mean, it really depends on who I can get.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to reset.
I mean,
but
boy, you go in on the thinnest of ice, though, in year number 5, or year number 4, excuse me.
But I bet, listen, I'm not going to try to defend 7-5 at some point, but we have a lot of good teams in the SEC, and at some point, going to 9 conference games, 7-5, there are going to be a lot of good coaches who are 7-5 some years.
Oh, yeah.
Just my point.
Yeah. RC4. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I read you his first one. Number 2, LSU beats Clemson week 1. And then his 3rd guarantee, Florida State keeps it within 1 score but loses to Bama. That's actually, I'm not going to say it's a moral victory, but it would show Norvell has that program bounced back at least.
Oh, yeah.
Headed in the right direction again.
All right.
David, Ty Simpson leads the SEC in passing touchdowns.
Ty leads SEC.
Yeah,
I could see that.
What was the number last year, real quick?
Who led it last year?
And passing touchdowns?
Yeah.
Passing touchdowns, probably Quinn Ewers.
It was with 31.
That's not a big number.
Dart Nussmeier had 29. Beck had 28. Thorne had 21. Heck, Thorne was 5th. Diego Pavia, top 100 player in America, had 20. That is the most absurd thing you've told me today is that somebody had Diego Pavia among the top 100 players in America.
But if you go
20 touchdown passes.
That's more than 2 a game just in the regular season. No, 24.
24.
It's 2 a game in the regular season.
Oh, yeah. Number 2, LSU loses 4 SEC games and 5 total season losses. Brian Kelly getting fired a lot in the guarantees. 4 SEC losses. And Lance will like David's third guarantee. USC wins the Big Ten.
Boy, that would be... if you would have said 4 years ago when Lincoln Riley took this job that he was going to win the Big Ten in 4 years, you'd be like, oh, okay, I can buy that. But
finally, that USC SoCal talent.
The circumstances coming into this year, it's far-fetched, but I'd love to see it.
How close were you to, did you just forget about it? Because I did. Because I think USC could be a playoff team. Sneak in as the last one. How close were you to making that one of your guarantees?
I think the problem is trying to identify who that team out of the Big Ten is. Like, if the Big Ten could they get 5 teams?
I don't think this year, but they could.
Yeah. I'm just saying if they could, like your obvious are Ohio State, Penn State, and Oregon. Then, you start looking, everybody thinks it's Illinois. Indiana is going to be back in the mix, I believe. Nebraska's in the mix. I think Iowa, with the change at quarterback, is going to be in the mix. USC. There's just Washington could surprise me. There's just so many teams that could be that 4th or 5th team.
And
I just don't feel confident saying it.
That's why I went 5 SEC teams, was because I thought you're going to have a lot of really good middle teams right there in the SEC, in the Big Ten.
Robert Wingard, if you want to keep the last name here, Jim, Robert Wingard, on YouTube. The Iron Bowl is for a berth in Atlanta. That would be great for Hugh Freeze.
Oh, boy, I hope it is.
What a fun game. The last time we saw that game be for a berth in Atlanta.
Was it 13?
17.
Technically, both Bryce Young's quadruple overtime win and Jalen Milrose, 4th and 31. But
no, where winner gets to Atlanta.
Yeah,
that was 17 because Auburn went and they beat Alabama.
Yep.
And Alabama would have gone. But also 13, the kick 6 was for a berth in Atlanta. So the Iron Bowl decides who goes to Atlanta. Number 2, Texas loses 3 games. And number 3, LSU misses the playoffs and BK is fired. Oh boy. Well, Brian Kelly, if he happens to stumble across our 3 guarantee show, he's not going to like it.
Do you think some people are doing that now because I landmined them by picking them to win the
title?
title?
I'm sure that probably is the X factor for a couple of people, but not all.
Greg,
a lot of LSU hate.
Yeah, there is. Greg, and a lot of Brian Kelly hate. I think people generally dislike Brian Kelly, don't you? Yeah.
Fair.
Greg from Pell City, Ty Simpson gets invited to the Heisman ceremony, so he's got Ty in New York.
Well, if that happens, you can book it guaranteed 1,000% Alabama is in the college football playoff.
I would agree completely with you on that. Number 2, Florida State wins 10 games in the regular season.
Wow.
I'm going to piece these 2 together and say if Ty's in New York, one of those 10 wins is probably not Alabama, but 10 and 2 would be great.
I think Mike Norvell is going to be identified as the most schizophrenic coach in college football because you go back to
are you 2 and 10 or are you 10 and 2?
His first year in Florida State. It would be that.
It would be. And then his third guarantee, and boy, he's not going to get fired for it, but he'd be right back on the heater, is Michigan beats Ohio State again. Ryan Day, I know he won a national championship, but taking another loss to Michigan would be absolutely brutal.
And just hats off to our audience so far. Do you see the variety that we've gotten so far in these picks?
Oh, yeah.
It's just a huge variety.
Yeah.
Not the same ones over and over.
I don't know.
Page 2.
Andy Stoker. And I'm assuming Andy is playing this straight and he's not trying to get a reaction. Andy, guarantee number 1, Diego Pavia, Heisman finalist. I've got to laugh.
Yeah, I think he probably mixed a cocktail about an hour ago. I heard us talking about Diego.
Well, I would say this. I would say that in recent years, the most losses of a Heisman winner was RG3, right?
Yeah, they were a 3-loss team, though. They were 9-3.
3 or 4.
No, they ended up winning 10 games.
But they won the bowl game, though, right?
Yeah,
To
maybe,
get to 10.
maybe.
I think they were 9-3 regular season, Jim.
Okay, all right.
I mean, that's.
I had them at 8-4 in my head, but okay, 93.
I think they were 9-3.
Okay, so I think there would be an appetite for a Vanderbilt player to be a Heisman finalist, right?
I mean, it's laughable to
just
say
because it is.
And he's a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I'm telling you, like Blake Horvath, the quarterback for Navy, coming back this year.
Would be a better story.
Yeah, I think it would be an incredible story, and I would not be surprised at all the way he played second half of the season, that if Blake Horvath can continue to play like that, numbers he could put up, especially if Navy is your Group 5 team, which is an outside possibility, I think Horvath could be a Heisman finalist.
And keep in mind, it is a human vote, and the chance to put Horvath, a Navy guy, on your ballot.
Now, I think the problem is that game's played on the same day, right?
It does seem like
it. Yeah, it is.
Well, how cool would that be to take him in a military helicopter?
Oh, I know, yeah.
Because I don't know where they're playing at Philadelphia. I mean, it still would be a 30-minute ride to
Navy.
New York.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Diego Pavia's 2 best wins last year were?
Alabama and Auburn.
Okay. Against Alabama, 16 of 20. I mean, that's not awful. 252, 2 touchdowns.
What did he rush? I mean, you got to do rushing with him, too.
Let me do passing real quick. Against Auburn, and guys, I mean, this was a big win for him, right, against Auburn, right? Diego Pavia against Auburn. And clearly led Vandy to the win by going 9 of 22. 9 of 22 from Diego Pavia.
What was the yardage?
143.
Yeah.
He did throw for 2 touchdowns. Okay, so clearly, I mean, killed Alabama and Auburn on the ground, right? Killed them on the ground. 20 carries against Alabama for 56 yards, 2.8 per carry.
Timely yards.
20 carries for 256.
He'd pick up that first down by just as much.
20 carries for 56 yards. So against Auburn, clearly killed. If 9 of 22 didn't beat Auburn, he must have shredded them on the ground. 12 carries, 26 yards, 2.17 a carry. This Diego Pavia thing is coming up. More coming up.
Okay, I agree with you on that. Whatever you're going to say, I agree with
Nick. Dante Moore wins the Heisman.
Wait, you just gave me one on Andy Stoker.
Oh, my apologies.
You only gave me Poppy.
I do apologize. Yes, I got
you went on a
sidetracked.
very Hamilton-like rant.
Yes. Number 2, Brian Kelly gets fired from Andy. So
that is the reoccurring thing.
Yeah, so we see that one a lot. And number 3, he's got Kalen DeBoer winning his first national championship.
First one of those, by the way.
That's right. First DeBoer championship we've seen here.
I mean, not part of the guarantee, though.
Nick Humphreys on YouTube.
What's up, Nick?
Dante Moore wins the Heisman. You guys were going to react to that. Dante Moore winning the Heisman.
I think it is fascinating. I think Will Stein, again, one of my guarantees was Mekhi Hughes coming in from Tulane, leading the nation in rushing. You look at the last 2 quarterbacks, the most experienced quarterbacks you could ever have in college football with Bo Nix and Dylan Gabriel, and both were great in the system. It is a complicated system, but Dante Moore, who was your number 1 overall pure passer coming out 3 years ago, goes to UCLA, transfers to his original commitment in Oregon, and now he has learned behind Dylan Gabriel in that system. It's not going to blow me away at all if Oregon goes 9-3 or if Dante Moore completely dominates statistically. Either way, I could see it.
Yeah, more on Oregon in a moment.
They just have they don't have the same receiving core that they've had.
They don't have any. I mean, all their skills gone.
Yeah. What about their offensive line? I should know this, but
I think it's a Joe Moore Award finalist. I don't know.
Yeah,
they're on the watch list, though. I bet they're on the Joe Moore Award watch list. If you'll pull it up.
Yeah,
is that the one that gives away the piano?
My gut feeling is they are replacing 3 starters.
Okay, it's 3 to 5. As many as 5. Number 2, Liberty in the playoffs.
Not going to happen.
Yeah,
they have the highest win total for a Group 5, though.
Yeah.
Their win total's at 9.5.
Yeah, but who do they play out of conference? Lance?
They could go 12-0 and be left out.
I don't know
about that. I mean, I think 11-1 would be left out for sure, but 12-0.
Well, let me give you their biggest game here, other than the Jacksonville State University Gamecocks.
I mean, keep in mind, I saw 13-0 Florida State left out.
Yeah, I don't think Liberty, though, at 12-0 would be left out.
Here's your problem. They don't play anybody out of conference, Lance. They're out of conference.
They don't play anybody in conference.
Jacksonville State, Jim. I would like for you to put some respect on that name.
Yeah.
That is week 2 in Jacksonville, loveliest campus on the South. Saturday, September 6th, they're at Jacksonville State. They play Maine out of conference. They're at Bowling Green. I mean, they don't play.
I mean, do we even get to see them on TV?
I mean, really? Jack State game's on CBS Sports Network.
Damn, I might have to take a ticket on that 9.5 over.
Well, here, let me just give you their schedule. You tell me what scares you on that. Maine at home.
Double-digit favorite.
At Jack State.
Probably a double-digit favorite.
Dang, man, that bad?
I mean, year one.
At Bowling Green.
Double-digit favorite.
Do y'all even know who the quarterback is?
Oh, Jack State.
Hugh Freeze is not the coach anymore.
James Madison at home.
No. Yeah, that's a tough game.
At Old Dominion.
Sneaky tough.
At UTEP.
Sneaky tough.
Malachi Nelson just named starting quarterback at UTEP.
5-star quarterback.
New Mexico State.
No Diego Pavia there.
Not walking through that door.
Homecoming against Delaware, the Blue Hens. Missouri State, at FIU, at La Tech, and Kennesaw State.
They're favored in every game.
Well, they are, but that's not a college football playoff schedule.
You're
I mean,
right.
even if they're 12-0, you can't put them in.
12-0. I don't know if they get in.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it really would be a Group 5 with 2 losses, right?
And so at some point, somebody's got to look at that schedule and say, we can't reward that.
I would take a 10-2 American champion or a 10-2 Boise State
But if I'm Jamie
UNLV.
Chadwell, I'm trying to beat the hell out of everybody.
Oh, yeah, get a job out of it, you're saying? It's
not going to work.
Well, no. I mean, but if we're going to get to a college football playoff, we're going to have a, average margin of victory 40 points.
Yeah.
Not going to work for me anyway.
Yeah. Pick number 3 for Nick, or guarantee number 3 for Nick, Nebraska in the playoffs, and they play for the Big Ten championship. Good for our guy. Hope he's right about that. I like Nebraska. Let's see. Let me dig through some more of these.
Okay, while you do that.
Yes.
One more, and then we'll do our 4 downs. Before we do that, though, tell us about CPAP Plus. Sleeper pick tonight. I gave you a good one last night, the Giants.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they put the Patriots to
They
sleep.
were a 6.5 point favorite.
I know, but I was just like, lay the points. I didn't care. I made that sleeper pick because we're about to tell you about CPAP
you
Plus.
work on your sleeper pick. SleepHomeAlabama.com. Our friends at CPAP Plus. That is the website. Everybody needs the sleep study. If you're having trouble sleeping, do you have sleep apnea? We can easily identify that. You don't want to deal with the lab. You don't want to deal with the insurance. Don't worry about it. $199 home sleep test from our friends at CPAP Plus. SleepHomeAlabama.com. It's Alabama's best home sleep testing and CPAP. 5 locations throughout the state: Birmingham, Trussville, Pelham, Foley, and Troy. No lab, just easy to wear fingertip devices, clinically validated, that connect to your smartphone, complete with a physician's interpretation of your results. The O'Neill Brothers, CPAP Plus, best sleep study out there, $199. Get all the information at sleephomealabama.com.
Titans are going to take it more serious than the Vikings tonight, but I'm going to take the points in the Vikings. That's my sleeper pick. To get real picks, go to Lance'sLock.com.
I do have that game up and available right now.
To get real, when he jumps in and says that, I mean,
I know exactly what that means.
I'm just saying, I've got it. You said to get the real picks, Lance'sLock.com.
I've got that pick right now at Lance'sLock.com.
Good time to jump on Lance'sLock.com.
Yeah, all right there. All right. So a couple more, Brownie.
Let me go to I'm going to go to Twitter for a few here.
Okay, do a couple, and then we'll do 4 downs real
UAB
quick.
Tiger. UAB will be looking for a coach after this season.
From UAB Tiger.
From UAB Tiger.
Oh, disgruntled fan.
But the Tiger half of that, Auburn wins 10 games. So he likes Auburn to win 10 games, and he likes UAB not to win 10 games. And then he's got Texas A&M 5-7. We haven't seen a lot of Aggies in the 3 guarantees today. 5-7 would obviously be an extremely disappointing game, or record, I should say, for Mike Elko.
That would be horrible. One more, and then we'll do 4 downs.
Jason Portnoy on Twitter.
Big fan of Dave.
On the X. Alabama plays for the national championship. Auburn wins 9 games in the regular season. That'd be a good Iron Bowl if Bama's national champion and Auburn, I guess, would come into that game 9-2. That'd be a heck of a game. And
Almost
then,
good enough to keep you in the playoffs.
I know. And then Penn State doesn't make it out of the quarterfinals, according to Jason. I mean, it would require James Franklin to win a big game. So
it would require him to be in the quarters.
Yeah, that is true. By the way, just real quick, the Commanders have traded former Alabama running back Brian Robinson.
Okay, hold on.
Knew that was coming.
On my sheet, I knew it was coming.
Okay.
4 likely landing places were Chicago was 4th, Cleveland was 3rd, Miami was 2nd, San Francisco was 1.
And that's your winner.
Okay.
Only for a 6th-round pick. I mean, that's
that's a nice guy to spell Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Yep. And help you down around the goal line, and when you can.
He's a tough runner, man.
Roll McCaffrey out of that backfield into a slot.
Was he not shot and playing within a week?
I mean, this is a guy that almost broke his leg and then played in the SEC championship game on a leg, maybe a leg and a half.
Yep.
And then got shot and came back and played. I mean, but this guy's a tough football player.
That is a tough guy.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's there. Let's do our 4 downs today. And our 4 downs are going to be brought to you by our wonderful friends at Hemphill. We'll tell you about Hemphill right after the 4 downs.
First down.
So, who makes college football playoff first? I'll give you the combination of the teams we will see out of the Big 12 tomorrow: Iowa State, Kansas State, or the Florida Gators.
Who makes the college football playoff first?
Yeah, it could be both this year.
I'm going to say the Florida Gators.
I'm going to say the Kansas State Wildcats.
Oh, so you're not even.
So you would take the combo then?
Oh, I get the combo.
State,
Yeah, I'd get the combo. Yeah, but Kansas State's the one.
I think Utah will play Kansas State for the Big 12 championship. That is such a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
But I think Utah is going to get there.
I've seen some bold predictions, not by our viewers, but others that I was reading over the last couple of weeks, that Utah is becoming a popular bold prediction. If you're going to be a popular bold prediction.
Yeah. They're going to be good this year. I think I am going to play Iowa State, Kansas State here.
Would you? I'm going to take Florida Gators.
Because of Kansas State.
Well, and the Big 12, too. I mean, it's just like almost anybody can win the Big 12. So if you give me 2 Big 12 teams, I mean, those are not bad odds.
Second down.
Very random here, but one of my favorite players to watch in the NFL, Max Crosby, turns 28 years old today.
Wow, looks a little older.
If I had what we call I think a heroin and a meth problem, I think that'll age you a little bit.
He's bald, isn't he?
He is bald.
Yeah.
I
mean, it does it to you.
He is freaking non-stop. Like, he's one of those guys, you put him in a cage match, you probably have to kill him, keep him down.
He was a drug addict. He was bald.
But if I asked you, this is very random, Max Crosby or TJ Maxx, better career?
Oh my gosh,
my wife loves TJ Maxx.
Maggie loves TJ Maxx.
Is there still one open? I know there used to be one on Highway 31.
There's one on 280.
One right by my house.
Yeah,
you go to my subdivision.
Drive past it every day on your way to work.
Yeah, down where.
Wait, I drive past it
every single day on your way to work.
It's down where that Mexican sushi place used to be. Whatever it's
what
called.
Was the name of that place?
That did the sushi burritos.
Yeah.
Wasabi
Wands.
Yeah.
Are any of those still open?
There's one downtown.
Yeah, one downtown, and that's it.
Yeah.
But that one is no longer open. But down in that little where there's a pet store.
Okay.
You remember Iron Tribe was down there, and we had to go to some event
the
for
Tribal
them?
Wars.
The Tribal Wars. Yeah, that's where
Max Crosby would be great at the Tribal Wars.
He'd kill somebody.
I think Max Crosby is maybe the most underrated player in the NFL.
I'm going to go Max Crosby as my answer.
Yeah, I am too.
TJ Maxx not near. I mean, TJ Maxx is like a store that has been on heroin. It's just not organized enough for me.
Well, and it seems like a store that and again, I'm not wishing this. I really don't care. But we've got so many big brands that have gone bankrupt, and it seems like,
I just don't think it's a big brand. I think what it happens there. I don't know.
Don't they have a lot of different brands?
What they do, I'm told by this because for some reason when I was in Newark for the NCAA tournament on a day off, some Alabama people were going to the TJ Maxx in whatever the village is, the East Village, because it just has great brands that have been overstocked somewhere else. And apparently there was, if you still like Peter Millar golf shirts, there apparently were really high-end Peter Millar golf shirts that were like $15.
Oh, that's a heck of a deal now. I do like Peter Millar golf shirts.
Well, is Jennifer not told you they sell them there?
She has not.
But see, that doesn't mean
I think Jennifer would probably say, I think your closet has enough of those.
It doesn't mean it's at our TJ Maxx.
Right. It could be
so you don't know what you're getting.
That's right. It's not like it's not like a Goodwill or a Vapor or anything like that, but it is like places that are overstocked that didn't sell.
Overstocked, previous seasons, small manufacturing defects, stuff like that.
I've only bought one thing there ever, and I wore it yesterday on the show. It was that little New Balance
that
rain jacket.
Yeah. No, you can find good stuff there. I'm not saying you can't.
$12.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brand new, $12.
Good deals on cologne too.
Do you wear cologne?
Yeah.
Oh,
so TJ Maxx, boy, we're getting on a nice spot here. Good place to shop for somebody you really don't care about for Christmas?
Because you get a good deal?
There's a lot of that in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a good chunk of that.
Somebody just also texted me and said it's a good place for cologne.
Yeah. I get the Burberry cologne for like $30 a bottle.
Wow. This is a compliment. I've never really smelled you.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a good thing.
Wait,
yeah.
what do you think percentage of guys that wear cologne? Like, I haven't worn cologne since 8th grade.
I never wear cologne. I would say
now, Jack Taylor loves to put that cologne on.
I'd say it's 48% of men do wear cologne, 52% do not.
I think I would go more.
I love your percentages.
I'd go more
Very
65, 35
Yeah.
don't.
I have to go anything
65 don't.
I'm with LT. Don't now.
I have to
Now,
go
maybe
anything
date
that's,
night.
anything that's easy to add up to 100 are always my percentages. Like I do easy math.
You're not going to do a 63, 37?
No, I'm not going to think that hard.
I have a men's that I put on after shaving.
Yeah, I've got that. That's not
that has a
cologne,
little
though.
scent to it.
Yeah. But that's aftershave. I've got aftershave. Use it every day.
So that's that's sort of my scent.
Yeah, and then deodorant.
And unless they're lying, people like Maddie have hugged me before and been like, "You smell good."
She says the same thing to me. Maybe
Yeah.
that's just what she
No,
says.
she says that if anytime she says that, it's when she gets an old man smell.
Yeah.
So does she tell both of y'all that?
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. I am bald.
Can't be bald.
But usually, to me, if I am scent neutral, I think that's a win.
I am.
Oh, I would agree.
Yeah.
You don't want to spray too much of it either.
Yeah. So I'm like,
we had a co-host, or not a co-host, a guy that we used to work with.
Yeah.
And you get on the elevator, and I mean, you would know it could have been within 3 hours.
Yeah.
There was so much cologne.
He was not scent neutral.
yeah, say scent neutral for me. Like when Maggie we went to the farmer's market this past weekend, and she bought me this shea butter or whatever. While I was off eating or drinking something, she comes back. Hey, I bought you this because I'm not going to be able to make it to Trader Joe's before I go to Duke, and you're running low on these creams for your legs and your arms. And I'm like, no scent? She goes, no scent right here. See, I don't want any scent in my lotions.
Third down.
It seemed like that was a more important story when I started telling it.
Okay, the only reason I'm asking this is because it rhymes, but Dua Lipa is 30 years old today.
Oh, I love her.
What are we rhyming with Dua Lipa?
Dua or Tua?
Oh.
Better career. Tua, Tagovailoa, or Dua Lipa. I'm going to go Dua Lipa. Already has established herself as a worldwide star. She's doing a little acting.
She's a smoke show.
She is.
If my injury tent was on the sidelines, I'd want her in it all the time.
I assume she's bilingual just by her name. Is that fair?
I don't care how much bilingual by anything.
Yeah, no, I think she's. I think she's definitely bisexual.
She could roll into my tent anytime.
Is that the one that Harper told his kids he'd leave his mom?
Yeah.
Close that injury tent.
Thank you, Jeff Allen.
Oh, she is from England. She's Albanian and Kosovo citizen too. So I guarantee she's. Now I don't know why bilingual came up.
She's probably 3 or 4.
We probably need to refresh ourselves. A little Dua Lipa search there. It's just for photographic for those that may not know.
See if you can find the little video where she takes the mic stand and uses it as a prop.
Probably get us flagged on that one. Trying to see, Lance, if it's. I don't know why you brought up that she speaks multiple languages.
Yeah.
Is that like a turn on to you?
No, I know she's not American, and we're lazy, and we all speak one language.
Well, I don't think that makes us lazy. That's my language.
It's pretty lazy.
Well, it's my language.
Yeah,
I mean,
we could have learned secondary languages.
Well, we could have.
Oh, of course, you get her at the Grammys when she was looking her worst. She was nervous about winning her Grammy.
Worst.
Yeah,
that doesn't look bad to me.
That's her worst.
I can't tell if
everything's
she's
better.
Here. Personal life. Let's see if it says she speaks 2 languages.
Well, as soon as I typed in Dua Lipa, it popped up like safe search on or off. So
Are you supposed to put off?
Yeah, mental note. Is that
we can handle this.
Here you go. Lipa's native language is Albanian, so she is.
She does speak good English.
Yeah, she's got a couple languages she can fire off at you.
So she could. She could say, "Don't worry, Maggie. I'm not interested in many different languages."
Yes,
Yeah.
Maggie would not even understand it, but she would know it. Yes.
Fourth down.
Lane Staley of Alice in Chains would have been 58 years old. Give me an artist that died early that would have had the best career.
I mean, you could argue Elvis, right? I mean, Elvis had a
relatively early.
How old was he? He was in his 40s.
He was
his career was.
he already had a comeback special.
Guys, y'all don't think Elvis had meat left on the bone? He would have
done.
I'm not talking about guys living till life
and fat.
expectancy. I'm talking about people dying in their 20s.
I'm just saying Elvis would have done a Vegas residency forever.
He would have, but
I mean, to me, like
Wayne Newton
Jimi
did too.
Hendrix was so, and I don't like Jimi Hendrix music. I respect him as a guitarist. I just don't like, all-encompassing Jimi Hendrix. But because he was such a pioneer with the guitar, he's one of those guys. I don't know what direction it would have gone, but because you got guys like Kurt Cobain, you got Janis Joplin.
Cobain gets a little overrated.
I agree. I think
that
Kurt
would have burned fast.
I think so. I don't think Nirvana had shelf life.
Joplin was burning fast.
I'll
Your
tell you,
answer is Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, Van Zandt.
Yep.
Probably.
Well, I mean,
because he could have done if he wanted to. I mean, they were great.
But it also, it wiped out almost the whole band.
Yeah. But that could have been Rolling Stones-esque. They could have kept writing the songs and playing.
In my opinion, the best American band of all time is Metallica. Different strokes. But there's a good chance Leonard Skinner, if they would have had the longevity, could have been that band.
Yeah.
I think they were that good.
Leonard Skinner for me.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's all I got.
That's 4 downs. All right, brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill LT. Tell us about Hemp Hill. We'll get to break. We'll come back on the other side and do more guarantees.
Yeah, 205-229-2090. That is the number you need to call. Our friends at Hemp Hill Services, Adam, Chad, Andrew, they are awaiting your call. Hard to stop a train, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, a car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
The World Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC. Excitement awaits at Barber Motorsports Park for the UAB Medicine GT World Alabama Benefiting Teal Wings of Hope, September 5th through 7th. Witness some of the most iconic sports cars like Lamborghini, McLaren, and Ferrari battle it out on the track. Enjoy the beer gardens, food trucks, kids zone, garage, and more. The UAB Medicine GT World Alabama. Kids 15 and under get in free. Get your tickets today.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1, find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2, stream it now. Miss Hour 3, download it for later. Miss Hour 4, well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Tyler, if it's okay with you, I've okayed it with Lance. If it's okay with you, can we push trash to Monday so we can get more guarantees in on Guarantee Friday?
I think I'll be okay with that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure.
Tyler's on board.
Trash always brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. They're bringing you also these great guarantees coming in from you guys. Brown's going to give us his in a second after LT tells us about Michelson, who, by the way, LT, I was just looking at this online. This one says Jim, guaranteed Jim blows up to 200.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This one guy was like, Wade writes in, says 3 guarantees. Wade and Weldis drops Dunaway as a spokesperson as he blows up at over 200. Brown gets a puppy, if you've been with the show long enough. And Maddie proposes to LT live on the air.
I will guarantee you she'll never propose to me. Yeah. I'll guarantee. I mean,
which one more likely? The puppy?
I think the 200 because you have fluctuated before.
Yeah.
I mean, 200 is not a lot of weight for a grown man.
Where are you
There's
today?
zero chance you're getting a puppy, and there is zero chance that she would propose.
No.
I think
I weighed myself today. I weighed today, so I know what I weighed today. Where are you?
I'm 175. Yeah.
175. Very good.
175.8.
I would guess I'm at 217. What are you?
208 today was what I was.
But I have been over 200 before, and Weight of Wellness has helped me pare it back down. So they love me because I do fluctuate, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah, it keeps
Always
money in
with
their
you.
pocket. But Auburn Superman writes in. Welcome back, DC. Auburn Superman writes in. Came to see our friends at Michelson Laser Vision to get my yearly checkup after having LASIK surgery 2 years ago. Tell Lance Taylor that I'm still rocking that fighter pilot vision 2015.
I'm telling you, and people think it's a joke, but like I'll be at a random party and I'll get excited when somebody starts talking about LASIK. Very, very nerdy, but just not having to deal with the bullshit of the contacts, solutions, not taking them out. A lot of times I just forget to take them out, that kind of stuff, the glasses, all that kind of stuff. 205-969-8100, MichelsonLaserVision.com.
All right, time for Brownies guarantees now. And then we'll get to some more from you guys. Tell us about yours, Brownie.
Mine, I think, are... Well, okay.
No, let's relive last year's. For Brownie.
Okay, yeah. Tell them what I did last year.
5 SEC teams in the college football
How many made it in?
3.
I only missed by 2.
Yeah. Dylan Gabriel wins the Heisman.
He was a finalist.
He was.
Jim had forgotten he was a finalist. I pointed that out. Finished 3rd in the voting.
Yeah, distant 3rd.
Well, he was a distant 3rd, but I got...
And I can't remember.
Was he a finalist?
He was 100%.
Okay,
because
3rd. I thought Cam Ward was, but I guess...
Cam Ward finished 4th. I looked it up this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Cam, Dylan, Ashton, and the winner.
Yeah, so
Ashton should have won it.
So let's clear this up. I missed the SEC in the playoffs by 2. I missed Dylan Gabriel winning the Heisman by 2.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not bad.
And then either you said Nebraska would have a better year than Iowa, or you said Nebraska would beat Iowa.
Why were we so fixated on Nebraska and Iowa?
I don't know why you were.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you thought Matt was listening to the show. He's a big fan of the show.
I was
so you were
playing
trying
up
to
to
kiss
Matt
his
Rule.
butt.
Yeah.
Nebraska lost to Iowa 13-10, and Iowa had 8 wins, and Nebraska had 7. So either way you played that one, that was a loss.
Yeah, I don't know why I was so fixated on Nebraska and Iowa. Is it possible? We were talking. I do remember that this time last year we were talking about how easy Iowa's schedule was and that they could make the college football playoff. We did not count on Indiana at all. I think we thought Iowa might be in Indiana's spot.
the team that a lot of people
That's right.
believe.
Yeah, Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, and then there's Iowa.
Forster, you know this. You've been with us now for 5 years. You know the show well enough. These guys have known this a long time. If I went to the trouble to do everybody's list and keep a running total of who got them right, wrong, and I haven't given one person on the show out yet, what does that say about my picks from last year?
They were probably pretty good.
Yeah, I would say that you would have buried it early.
Yeah. Florida, I remember last year everybody thought Florida was going to fire Billy Napier.
I do.
Florida makes a bowl game.
They did?
Yep. No SEC team in the national championship game.
Correct.
And Nebraska winning more games than Oklahoma.
Why were we so fixated on Nebraska last year?
I'm sure I thought Matt was listening to the show and I was trying to kiss his ass. What are your picks this year?
All right, here we go. I'm going to take, speaking of Florida, the Florida Gators making the college football playoff. It is a difficult schedule. It is a crowded field in the SEC, but give me the Florida Gators in the college football playoff. I've been on this all offseason.
I do think Florida is one of those teams with 3 losses that makes college football playoff. They go 9-3, right?
I think they could at 9-3 be one of the.
I mean, because ranked, they're going to play LSU, Miami, Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Tennessee. At least 7.
It's a ridiculous guarantee by me when you listen to that.
Well,
schedule.
at least 7, and then potentials on like outside Florida State. Potentially South Florida making a little noise. The Group 5.
Give me Florida.
No, and I want to just say that may be one of the wildest predictions of those people on the show have made, and we have my wildest one is Auburn and Alabama play each other twice.
Correct.
His wildest one probably is Mekhi Hughes leads the nation in rushing, or Mendoza's
I think
first
Mendoza
team
first team All Big Ten quarterback. I mean, if Indiana has the first team All Big Ten quarterback,
be saying something.
And Scott has LSU 2-3 after 5 games, and Tulane in the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
And yours may be the most outrageous one of them all with that schedule.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us will get any of these right.
This is normally not a guarantee, a bold guarantee of any sort, but with all the love they're getting, it's actually, I think, a little bit of a bold guarantee. The Vanderbilt Commodores are 0-8 in conference play. Reactions?
I don't see that.
Well, I mean,
have you?
I think I've agreed with you, or you've agreed to me, whoever said it first, all summer long, that Vandy would take a big step back this
come back
year.
down to earth.
I just don't think they can go 0-8.
And this Diego Pavia stuff's crazy. All right, so at South Carolina.
They're underdogs.
At Alabama.
Underdogs.
Host LSU.
Underdogs.
Host Missouri.
Close to a pick.
At Texas.
Underdogs.
Host Auburn.
Close to a pick.
Host Kentucky.
Close to a pick.
At Tennessee.
Underdogs.
Yeah. See?
I mean, yeah, they could.
I know. It's Vanderbilt. Let's don't discount that.
Actually,
kind of like my guarantee after looking at that, don't you?
Yeah.
Clark Lee's a hell of a coach.
I mean, there have probably been a lot of good coaches at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, somebody. It was Chip yesterday. Chip Brown was telling me that was the highlight of any given Saturday was Clark Lee.
He was, and that's why I say that. You know me. I'm a sucker.
A sucker for a soundbite.
2 things get me on your side. 1, a good soundbite. 2, you call me by name.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You just say, "Hey Jim, call me by name."
Hey Jim.
What is I have not gotten as far as Vanderbilt because I'm doing the alphabetically, the team total. What do you guys think it is? 5.5?
I wrote it down last night. 5.5.
5.5.
Okay.
So I would say take the under.
I probably will. If they lose to Virginia Tech, it's
flying
it's
an
under.
easy under. Yeah. And my final 3 guarantees, final of the 3 guarantees, it will now be 30 of 32 years that a top 10 team in the Associated Press is finished unranked, and this year's team will be
Miami,
the Oregon Ducks.
Unranked.
Unranked, Jim. From the top 10 to unranked, the Oregon Ducks making it 30 of 32 years that has happened.
I think that's almost impossible.
Oh, Lance, nothing's impossible.
I mean, they would have to go 7-5.
They'd have to be 7-5.
Yeah, and their win total's 10.5.
I think I'd bet
8-4. They're not unranked.
Oh yeah,
they'll be
some of these wins.
24, 23.
No, not with some of these wins. And they're going to finish bad, too. That's also going to knock them out. It's going to drop them out when they finish bad.
What's a bad finish?
Well, they're going to lose to USC and at Washington, so they're going to lose their last 2. So it's going to be falling stock.
Well, give me 3 early.
Well, I only need 2.
I know, but give me 3 early.
Well, they're going to lose at Penn State.
Okay, that's 1.
Indiana losable game. Now, Lance, you got to be consistent here, Lance. If your boy's going to be best in the game,
that's
a losable game. At Iowa, losable game. There's Scott's got the schedule up for you. Of course, Scott does. Minnesota, I wouldn't say losable, but then USC and well, you think Minnesota's losable?
I mean, it is.
Okay.
Where's that game?
It's in Alton.
Oh, no. It's not losable.
And then USC and at Washington.
I mean, truly tricky at Rutgers. I mean, Rutgers is not a horrible football team.
You just got to go across the country to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you
That's
go.
what I'm saying. It's a road game.
Yeah, there you go. Oregon finishes unranked.
I think you're on. That's insane. Vanderbilt not winning a conference game.
Yeah, normally not insane.
I think I might be on this now.
Yeah, I've talked you into that one, huh?
Yeah.
We all went way out on the limb, all four of us. Good job by us. I mean, the only reason mine were good last year is because I didn't go that far out on the limb. Only guy I didn't give credit to, Vol 2205, Napier keeps his job, was one of his predictions from last year. Any more brownie after LT? Excuse me, it's you that tells me about MyBookie, mybookie.ag. I can actually play the games and make some of these guarantees come to real life and cash in your pocket.
You certainly can. And if you're new to MyBookie, when you sign on there at mybookie.ag and use code NEXTROUND, they're going to give you a bet back guarantee. Here's how this is going to work. You make your first bet there at mybookie.ag. They will cover that bet up to $500. $500. So you lose the first bet up to $500. They put that right back into your account. You just start firing down again, all right? So it is a bet back guarantee from MyBookie. They want it to be so enjoyable for you. They want it to get started on the right foot. $500 right back into your account, mybookie.ag, if you lose your first bet up to $500. That's the bet back guarantee they make. Now, listen, you can play these totals we've talked about on the show. You can play these games we've talked about on the show. The Saturday night, Sunday, when the games are over, you can head over to the casino area and enjoy that at mybookie.ag as well. Code next round for that bet back bonus from mybookie.ag. Mybookie.ag, code next round. Mybookie.ag, code next round. Maverick Hammerfist. Here's his guarantee 3.
He'll be known as Maverick.
Maverick. Clemson beats LSU, putting Dabo back on the national championship talk train. It's not an upset.
I mean, they're 4.5-point favorite now.
Notre Dame loses to Texas A&M. That game is in South Bend. Notre Dame would be a slight favorite in that game.
Yep.
And
probably a 5 or 6 point favorite.
Pick number 3, Georgia loses the cocktail party. That would help me in one of mine.
It would be a huge win for Florida.
You know, if you go back to last year's cocktail party, Florida lost their quarterback. I'm trying to remember who the quarterbacks were in that game. Florida was right in that game.
Graham Mertz, wasn't it?
Was it Mertz?
No, Mertz.
Mertz was done. Who was
Lagway
the Florida
was
star? Lagway came in and got hurt.
Yeah. Mertz came back after Lagway got hurt.
I can't remember.
Left
But
the game again.
Yeah, it was a mess of a game for Florida's quarterbacks. But, you know, Beck threw 3 interceptions in that game. And Florida was right in that game until their quarterback started getting hurt. So, I mean, those teams might be a little closer than you would think. Nicholas has got 3, but they're all chopped up here. So I'm going to have to dig through and find his. For some reason, they got chopped up.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
It was Aiden Warner.
Wait a minute, Scott. That's who started the game for Florida?
DJ Willagway went 2 for 6, and then
got hurt.
Aiden Warner came in and went 7 for 22.
Because Mertz at that point was already done. Mertz was done for the year by that point.
Yeah, but they were right in that game. I mean, now look, Georgia was the better team and pulled away. But I'm just saying it wasn't that crazy separated. All right, let's go over to Twitter here, Dunaway.
Some people think this game may be over, Gary. I don't know.
I don't
know. Last year of Gary Danielson, by the way, starts tomorrow.
Are they doing that game on the island?
I don't know. But that is a primetime CBS game.
It is primetime CBS.
I mean, I wouldn't want to walk in and tell Jenny Dell you're not going to that game.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
She's probably on a beach right now with a Mai Tai.
I got to do all these crappy Big Ten games, and you're not going to let me go to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Ryan, our Stews on Twitter. Texas Tech wins the Big 12. Guns up. Cam Coleman is first-team All-American.
Oh, wait. To start over.
All right.
Who is it?
Our Stews. Our Stews on Twitter. Texas Tech wins the Big 12. They go guns up in the Big 12 with all that money.
Okay.
Cam Coleman is the first-team All-American. And his third guarantee, Auburn beats Georgia and Alabama and makes the college football playoff.
Okay.
That'll be a heck of a year for Hugh Freeze.
We have him beating Georgia, not Alabama on this show.
Ashley Ryan. Hugh Freeze is the first SEC coach fired.
Wow.
First to the gate.
I don't see Auburn making an in-season move it doesn't matter what happens.
They have before, as,
Well,
as we can attest. Guarantee number 2, all 3 Florida schools make coaching changes. Boy, that would be, for Cristobal to get canned. Woo. I can see the other 2, but for Cristobal. And guarantee number 3, Clemson, Alabama national title game. Rivalry renewed, but Clemson wins. Boy, we've had a lot of Brian Kelly getting fired. That's
Isn't
the
that
first
your
time in the
national
entire state.
championship game too, LT?
Clemson, Bama, yeah. Yep.
Bread Man.
The Bread Man.
The Bread Man.
The Bread Man can.
Guarantee number 1, multiple 3-loss teams make the playoffs. Multiple, not just one, but multiple. Now, we've never had it in the 12-team playoff era, a 3-loss team make the playoffs. So he's got multiple.
That era ends this year, by the way.
It really does. It's going to be a quick burn, wasn't it? Number 2 guarantee, Arch Manning will not be top 5 in Heisman voting. That would not surprise Lance. You've kind of indicated you don't think that'll be the season.
Yeah, it would not surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got Texas with 3 losses.
Yeah, it'd be tough to be top 5 in voting if Texas got 3 losses. With that defense, 3 losses, Arch has kind of played bad at that point. When you say as good as their defense probably will be.
Well, they're definitely going to be underdogs, though, in 2 games. And I think there's 3 games that are, they're going to be single-digit favorites. So I don't think it's out of the ordinary.
And then his third, there will only be 2 coaching changes in the SEC after this year. That is a popular guarantee. We get a lot of the guarantees of X amount of coaching changes. These coaches will be fired, yada, yada, yada. We do get a lot of those. Let's see. Oh, geez, my thing's screwed up here, Jim. I'm sorry.
Okay. This is the Guarantee Show, by the way, if you're just tuning in. If you missed the first 2 hours, always download Apple and Spotify and go back and listen to the guarantees and our reaction. And keep sending yours in. You can also email us. Just
give me yours.
Just go ahead and do, what is mine? Is it Jim at nextroundlive.com?
So today, Jim has not known the phone number to call.
Well, you don't email.
Or your own email.
Who emails yourself?
Well, if you...
I have to send stuff to myself all the time.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, if you tell somebody your email address...
But you're a master emailer.
Yes.
Well, a lot of times you'll text me stuff for the show when I'm back in Scott's seat, and so then I'll have to grab it from my text and email it to myself.
Yeah.
A master emailer.
Yes. So Jim at Next Round Live.
Quite the flex.
Quite the flex. You're a master emailer.
Jim at nextroundlive.com. I'm being told is my email address, so send that to me, and I will document your guarantee.
Jim is good at baiting a hook. That makes him a master of? Let's go to Andrew. Freeze saves his job with 9 wins.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I think 9 would save a job. A 9-3 team makes the playoffs. That's number 2 for Andrew Weber.
I would agree.
Yeah, somebody had 2 earlier. And he goes along my lines, finding the top 10 team that finishes outside the top 25. Andrew says, make it the Georgia Bulldogs.
Wow.
Kirby outside the top. He doesn't even know what that territory looks like.
I mean, when he was 8-5, year 1 and 16, were they even out of the top 25
Probably
then?
not. Kirby would be like, where are we?
I'm
lost.
Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, there's 4. So Florida in there's 5, and he's out of the top 25.
Well, you got him. You said this is Kirby.
Yeah,
you had
Kirby
him losing
Smart.
to Georgia.
Well, I meant okay. Florida, Bama, Auburn, Texas, Georgia Tech.
Okay, yeah, that 5 would get you there.
Not that I think it's happening, but just a dose of reality. By the way, how close was Jerry Jones and Stephen A. Smith sitting in that interview yesterday?
I mean, Jerry's on the edge of that seat, though.
I mean, their knees were touching.
It really was. It's a little awkward.
Jerry looks rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nobody.
I hope I'm still upright at that age, but
yeah. The most dangerous space in America is the space between a camera and Jerry Jones.
Can I ask you a question? Not a guarantee, but by next guarantee, is there a chance that there's a new owner?
Yeah.
In Dallas?
Well, I mean, I think Stephen just moved straight into that role.
All right, Stephen A. Smith or Stephen Jones?
That's what I thought you meant at first. I was like, Stephen A.
Stephen Jones.
Thanks for being on the show today. Always brought to you by the great folks at Champy's. Guarantee always good food right there with Sterling and the crew, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go by and see him. He brings you all sorts of great food and great tailgating stuff and just good times for happy hour. Megan and everybody down there been with him for over a decade. Go see them. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America. Have a great weekend.